Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 10 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 10-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
on the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield. This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, brought to you by University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Also brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. And by Oak Knoll, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 59 years. Welcome to Hawkeye Wrestling.
It is Saturday night. It has come down to this. The season started all the way back in the fall. You work through the tournaments, the dual meets, the conferences, and it comes down to 20 final wrestlers, 2 at each weight class, to crown 10 national champions here on the stage as a Saturday nighter. Welcome back one final time to Rocket Arena in Cleveland. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside saying thanks for joining us. Mark, stage is set. This is what all of these wrestlers have dreamed about, and there's been emotions throughout this weekend. There's 2 guys at each weight class that are trying to get their hand raised here one final time this season.
You know, I was just thinking as I was down in the tunnel and walking around and seeing a lot of these competitors that are All-Americans that have their warm-ups on, but they're not wrestling tonight, and seeing some of these coaches, and then I see the people that are competing tonight and watching them warm up in the back, and I tell you what, I love this sport. I really, truly love the sport and have so much respect for everybody in the sport. And it's like, I mean, yeah, you got your rivals and people rub you wrong sometimes the wrong way, or they may be different than you, but that's the most beautiful thing about this sport is everybody's different. If everything was the same, it'd be boring, you know? Everything's so different. There's different styles. There's just different body makeup. There's different weight classes, small guys, big guys, everything in between. It's just everything about this sport offers something to anybody and everybody, and it's just so much fun, and I just love it. And I love being here on this night every single year. When it comes down to this, the top 2 at each weight in the entire country ready to go to battle. Whether they're supposed to be here or not, whether they're number 1 seed, number 2 seed, or the 20th seed, it doesn't matter. Like, this is the time that counts, and this is what matters. And everybody, all that preparation, and it comes down to this right here. And it's so fun to see that happen. It's fun to watch the fans. Regardless whether I like this arena or not, it's still fun to see all the fans in here and get behind the athletes and how knowledgeable they are. And you and I have been walking back and forth to the hotel for 3 days now, and we got to walk down that street that they have closed off. There's nothing but bars and restaurants on both sides, and it's just one great big enormous party every time we walk through. Last night we couldn't even get through there. We had to go around. We had to go around to block over to even try to get through there. But these fans, and not just the wrestlers, but these fans look forward to this every single year. Like, this is the optimal of the sport of wrestling, and whether you're a fan of the portal, the NIL, and all that kind of stuff, the sport of wrestling still is here, and it's exciting, and it's still something to participate in and see every year.
As we come into tonight's finals, team races pretty well locked in place for the top 3 or 4. Penn State has secured the team title with 164 points. They have 6 in the finals. Oklahoma State is second with 119. They have 4 in the finals. Nebraska, 101.5. They have 2 in the finals. And then the Hawkeyes with 92.5, 1 in the finals. Ohio State could catch the Hawkeyes. They have 84.5 points. They have 2 in the finals. If both of those guys win, they would tie the Hawkeyes. Any bonus points with both of those wins, they would jump ahead of the Hawkeyes, assuming Mikey Caliendo were to lose as well. So the Hawks sitting in 4th right now. Hopefully they'll be able to keep that spot solidified. We're going to sneak a quick timeout in. We're going to have 10 matches run straight through, starting at 141 pounds, finishing with the freshman phenoms at 133. We will have finals action when we return. You're listening to the 2026 NCAA Division I Men's Wrestling Championships. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Unwind in style at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, where luxury and excitement come together. Tee off on a world-class golf course, savor gourmet dining, and enjoy premier entertainment and amenities that are second to none. Feeling lucky? Hit the slots or try your hand at our table games. There's always action on the floor. Whether you're here to relax, play, or indulge, Riverside offers more than just a getaway. It's an unforgettable experience. Visit Riverside Casino and Resort.com to learn more.
Welcome back to Cleveland. Rocket Arena is pretty well packed, pushing 18,000 here tonight. Elevated stage, lights off. They are introducing the competitors at 141 pounds. Top seed, two-time national champion Jesse Mendez of Ohio State, taking on one of the freshman phenom in the country, second-ranked undefeated Sergio Vega from Oklahoma State.
Who you got here?
I don't know. Put a lot on the experience that Jesse Mendez has, but that Vega, I don't know, he finds a way. He's had some close matches, but he's just so long. I'll be curious to see. I'm going to say Mendez guts it out and finds a way with his experience.
I'm going to be curious to see this is a very interesting matchup. I'm going to be curious to see if Mendez wrestles really tight like he did in the semifinals last night, or if he actually comes out and wrestles hard like he does 99% of the time. I really hope he comes out and wrestles hard.
Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, voted best of the area for a dozen straight years, proudly supports Iowa wrestling. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. And Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets in Iowa City. Congrats to Coach Jan Jensen and the Hawkeye women. It was a tussle today, but they were able to find a way to get it done, win and move on against Farley Dickinson in the opening round of the NCAA Women's Championships at Carver Hawkeye Arena. 58-48. They will be back in action against the number 10 seed Virginia Cavaliers Monday night, also at Carver. As there's Mendez coming across with an underhook. Vega gets called for stalling for backing out of bounds. 2:15 to go, first period. Mendez and Vega. Mendez for Ohio State, Vega, Oklahoma State.
Mendez with an overtime win last night. 4-1 and sudden victory against Stanich Lehigh, who's a very tough competitor. Yeah. But he just, everybody's so used to Mendez just coming out and just attacking. Right there, nice job moving the head, going the other side, kind of underhook right there. Even if you don't score from those type of situations, like, you're bettering yourself for the end. And last night, Mendez really didn't do anything until the overtime when he had to, and then he
hit hard.
Yeah,
and finished it.
Great job, underhook to a far knee and put him down fairly quick in overtime. So I think he has to continue. He has to really apply a lot of pressure against Vega. Vega's going to want to, like, roll around, wrestle on the knees a lot, and you don't want to go down there and wrestle that game with him. I think Mendez, if anybody's going to beat Vega, it's going to be Mendez. He's got the style to do it if he wrestles his own normal style.
1:10 on the clock, first period, still no score. Vega working double collar ties with that inside position. Tries a little shuck by attempt, but Mendez just steps away and comes back. Snap by Mendez, but Vega circles. Wins in these championship matches worth 4 points plus any bonus. That's why we always say Friday is really the moving day where you see a lot of drama back and forth with the team races. Michigan, I think I saw they went 7-1 in the medal rounds this morning.
Jeez. McNeil had a great morning. I know that. He beat us.
So I think
he beat
Montanona lost at 84 and then won by medical forfeit.
That was a crazy match against Lamer for third, too, because Lamer, I thought, had a takedown there, and then they waved it off on the edge, and then they were going to challenge it, and they didn't. And then when they went back to the center in neutral, then McNeil got that takedown and put Lamer to his back.
I think they had 7 wins. They had 3 or 4 of them with bonus points. And so that moved them up to 6th place in the team standings. Vega's choice, he'll start down to begin the second period. 988 Lifeline, compassionate help anytime, anywhere. Call or text 988. Vega, no real move off the whistle. Mendez coming around on the left side.
You got to be careful if you're Mendez from this top position. You know, he's going to want to try. Vega's going to want to try and bait you, get you kind of feeling like you're in control and get you out of position a little bit. He's so flexible, too, as you're seeing. Mendez doing a good job trying to work his arm bar here. But you got to get him flat. Cradle.
Trying to suck him back right there.
There you go.
Oh, he couldn't quite hold him there.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's the type of stuff.
Vega able to throw that hand in between Mendez's legs. Now he comes around, gets that seatbelt in, up to his feet, out for the escape. So just 42 seconds riding time for Mendez. 1-0 lead for the freshman Vega of Oklahoma State. Iowa's Mikey Caliendo will be the 4th match tonight.
Mendez, 42 seconds built towards that riding time. Wasn't quite enough. There's Vega from a shot from a long ways away here.
And is able to get his legs back, but another reshot there.
Mendez doing a good job circling back in. He has to learn to score from those front heads.
Seems to be a common theme this week.
Yeah.
I can't tell. I think they took my cough drops that I left here between sessions. Cough drops. They must have come to clean, and I thought I had a thing of cough drops sitting here, but they're gone now. 15 seconds left here, second period. Mendez taps, trying to get a little motion out of Vega. Vega just staying in real solid position. Vega changed levels, looked for a sweep attempt. Period comes to an end. So Vega will take a 1-0 lead into the third. Mendez going to go down. Vega with that length is pretty good in this top position too.
Yeah, he's really tough on top. Vega won 5-3 in the semifinal against Hardy from Nebraska.
Right away goes into a half, trying to get a quick tilt. Just throwing a leg in. Mendez sitting back into him.
Vega's
caught
good
a
here.
leg.
He feels comfortable here.
Mendez hipping back the other way.
There you go. Mendez showing some strength there.
Comes through the back door with the ankle. Vega.
Do you just get the one here or do you go for the two?
I go for he almost whipped him over. Still in the front head. There is the one escape, and they go out of bounds. Ties it up with 1:32 to go.
Well, we're going to see some action happen now. 1:32, tied up 1-1.
Mendez all the way back to the center, standing there. Vega walked almost the complete way around the outside of the circle to make his way back to the middle. There's a shot by Vega, ways away again.
This is what I'm talking about. This is where you can score and wrestle against a guy like Vega here, and we're just holding. You say we, but Ohio State. I mean, Mendez is just holding position right now.
And it's going to go to a stalemate. Approaching 1 minute to go in the third. First match of the night, 141-pound national championship match. Vega for Oklahoma State, Mendez for Ohio State. Tied up at one apiece. Reshot right there by Mendez.
Nice job
able to
coming
get
up
the
to his
ankle.
feet with it. Nice job coming up to his feet, not going down the mat. This is not where you want to be. This is where Vega wants to be, right here.
Locked through the crotch. He's broken the grip on it. Mendez trying to adjust. Trying to re-get his grip on that leg. Vega using that length. Trying to pull him, roll him through. He's keeping a toe in bounds. 25 on the clock here in the third. And there Mendez popped his head out, but they were already out of bounds. Fresh start with 22 seconds remaining. That's the thing that makes Vegas so dangerous, Mark, is that length and just that ability to have some good defense.
Yeah.
But that's where you got to either do, as they're going to go to sudden victory, you either do like Drake Ayala did and get really violent with that front headlock and not give him a chance, or do like Caliendo did against Blaze and just make sure that you can get down to both ankles and not let him turn back on you.
Yeah. Boy, Drake Ayala really stepped up his front headlock game against Ferrara, and that was awesome to see. And it carried over to his other matches as well, too. He did such a good job there. It's going to end here. Someone's getting a takedown in this 2 minutes.
Half attempt by Vega. Another attempt by Vega. Snap by Mendez.
Inside tie by Mendez. Double inside tie by Mendez. Vega just pulling down on his head now, really wanting to control the inside tie with his right hand. Mendez wants to take shots. I can see it in him. He wants to, but he's so hesitant because of the defense of Vega.
There's a reshot attempt by Mendez after Vega swipes at the leg. Remember, Vega did get called for stalling in that first. There's a double attempt. Cuts off, head to the outside, but then gets cracked down. Vega locked through the crotch, trying to roll him through. Mendez trying to adjust on that foot.
This is where Vega wants to be, right here.
Trying to roll him into neutral danger. Rolls all the way through. Now Mendez hipping back into him. Looking for a cradle lock.
There it is. There it is.
Nothing yet.
It's going to be over here.
And there is the 3 takedown. He still has a hold of the leg, Mendez does, so that's why they haven't awarded it yet. Vega's got to break that grip.
There it is.
And there is the 3 takedown. Vega knocks off the 2-time defending champion, Jesse Mendez. Wow.
Wow is right.
Runs over, gives big hugs to his family, comes back over and hugs David Taylor, his head coach. True freshman winning the national championship.
Well, that secured the Iowa 4th place trophy.
Mendez over, shakes hands with David Taylor, gets a pat on the back. Vega over, shaking hands with the Ohio State coaches. Mendez, his dad climbs up on the stage, gives him a hug. Great effort by both those guys, and Vega just using that length to come away with the victory and a national championship. We'll take a timeout. We will come back and have more from Cleveland. Final night of the season right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Attention Hawkeye fans, Big Grove is proud to be an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whether you're at the game or watching from home, Big Grove has got you covered. Enjoy an easy Eddie from the stands or visit them for every Hawkeye game at any of their 4 convenient Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, or Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Big Grove Brewery, an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
Life moves fast. Quickstar keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a bakery treat, or take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here. While you're fueling up with our fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air. Always clean stores, clean restrooms, and a smile for your day. Hey, we're all about saving you time, money, and making life easier. Quickstar's here for you. Whenever you need us, we got you covered.
Cleveland, Ohio, and Rocket Arena. Good start to the night. This crowd buzzing a little bit as we get ready for 149 pounds. Top seed Shane Van Ness of Penn State had a sudden victory win against Swiderski of Oklahoma State. Otherwise, 2 tech falls and a fall. He'll be taking on the 10 seed Aiden Valencia of Stanford. Valencia upset the number 2 seed Jackson Joy of Cornell in the quarterfinals Friday morning, and then defeated Lachlan McNeil of Michigan in the semifinals last night. Van Ness and Valencia actually wrestled. They had one of those journeyman events in December. I think they were down in Florida, and Van Ness beat Valencia by a score of 10-4. And as it is very popular and common for us to think about, Valencia from Stanford got 3rd in the ACC Conference Championships this year. His only loss was to the number 4 seed Colin Gadge of Virginia Tech. Well, look, we just made the big screen. Camera guy in front of us is a military member, and they were applauding him, recognizing military members. So I'm going to put the onus on you. Who you got?
Van Ness, or who's he got?
Valencia.
Oh, yeah, Van Ness for sure. The 10 seed. I just, in a text thread with all my guys from our draft and everything, and going back and forth and about that match, and you can't hit ahead of the outside single like that.
Yeah.
You just can't. You have to know that's what Vega wants. He wanted that. He wanted Mendez to hit that shot all match long. And I told you earlier, Mendez was looking for that. He could see it, but he didn't want to shoot it. And then it was just overtime, and it just felt like I feel like I have to go to it now. And Mendez is darn good, but that is where Vega gets you. He should have, that's where, those short offense front headlock situations is perfect against a guy like Vega because it takes away so much of his defense. And I know those Ohio State coaches told him not to go ahead outside, and as soon as he did, they're like, oh, no. And that's what happens.
It was set up, though, it was a double leg. He was inside.
And then he switched
But then he had to
outside.
switch because Vega was able to crush him, and it's almost like he kind of forced the head outside on that. Stanford having a great tournament. They have 4 All-Americans. They're in 7th place as a team. Not bad for a school that had their program canceled several years ago. Able to garner some support and get it back in place. First of 6 finalists for Penn State. Trying to remember, they had Duke and who's the other? Blaze. So Duke lost and finished in 3rd place, and then Blaze lost and finished in 4th place. Underway here. Van Ness and Valencia. Valencia, a couple of shots right there for Stanford.
How many Penn State guys are in the finals?
6.
First of 6.
Tied a record. Been set many times. Valencia, good little flurry right there, but as he tried to come across to that leg, Van Ness hipped into him. Valencia, though, repenetrating, trying to step over. Van Ness throwing the leg over, trying to stop him from coming through. Then Valencia continuing to drive. Neck wrench by Van Ness. Valencia rolling with him, comes back the other way. Van Ness turns into him, then Valencia drives back through and takes him down for 3. Then he's going to a quick hip tilt. And surprise, surprise, Angel Rivera slow on the count on the swipes. Blood time, and Stanford's going to challenge, thinking they should have had some near falls right there. As it stands, it's a 3-0 lead for Valencia. Stay in the ring, stay safe. Check out electric and natural gas safety tips at midamericanenergy.com. Take this time real quick, Mark. Ran into a couple of them last night as I was running. I think I was going down to walk around a little bit. But the managers, mat aides, some of the support staff that we've got, we failed to mention them at Big Tens, but this group of young ladies does an amazing job of getting whatever the team needs, finding food, doing laundry, keeping groceries stocked up, whatever the case may be. They do an awesome job. And so, big tip of the cap. Lily Fournier and Hannah Mathis are kind of the main 2 that travel with the team throughout the season. They're kind of at the top because they've been around for a while, but the rest of these do just as much, if not more. Claire Forbes, Mackenzie Bachman, Addison Laughran, Ella Heimer, Ellie Hasselman, Hannah Fruling, and Isabella Ibarra. So, huge thank you to them. They are just part of many people that are part of this program that make it happen, make it run. Mike, the bus driver, does an amazing job. Had some health problems, so he wasn't doing it for a little bit, but good to have him back. He's going to be driving the bus back from Cleveland with some equipment on it. So appreciate that. Jesse Donenworth, Doc Peterson, Woodward, Westerman. A lot of people to make this thing click for these Hawkeyes.
A lot of people. That's not even counting the people behind the scenes, like even Hawkeye Wrestling Club members and assistant coaches or volunteer coaches and stuff that drive equipment here and Suburbans and different things that are leaving like right after Caliendo's match is over to head back to Iowa. Drive through the night, basically, just like they did at the Big Tens.
Yep.
What they do, the amount of support that this program has and they put into making sure that these 10 guys or 9 that came to this tournament are taken care of and have the absolute best opportunity possible to perform at their highest level is insane. There's no other program in the country that puts that time and effort into the program like what the University of Iowa wrestling program does.
Big thank you to everybody that is involved. So no near falls for Valencia, and then Van Ness able to get hand control up out for the escape. Halfway through the first period, Valencia of Stanford a 3-1 lead on Shane Van Ness. Van Ness twice has finished in third. I was thinking he'd made the finals before, but he had not.
I was thinking he had too.
Valencia had a nice underhook throw by, but Van Ness kicked out of it. Tell you what, this Valencia is coming to wrestle tonight, Mark.
Well, he came to wrestle at the tournament in general. He was, what, the 10 seed coming in? Oh.
Stall warning on Van Ness for backing out. He tried hitting a headlock, but he'd already gone out of bounds. .50 on the clock now, first period. There's another attempt. Reshot there by Van Ness. Gets pretty deep. Wizard thrown in by Valencia.
That's tough Wizard right there.
Probably going to have blood time because Van Ness's nose plug fell out. Van Ness pulls him down into a front headlock now. Right on the edge. Stalemate it. 19 on the clock. Another blood time.
Yeah, I can see the blood on the mat on the big screen. That's frustrating, you know, for both wrestlers, to be honest with you, just for the pace of the match to get slowed down, but especially for the guy that has to go over and get cleaned up and have a plug put in. It's no fun.
Well, and how many times have you seen it where, you know, you don't talk about it a lot, but you start to maybe get a little bit of momentum. You're starting to get into a groove, and then, like, hey, I'm going to hit this 2 or 3 holds, and then, boom, blood time. So then you come back, okay, I'm going to hit these 2 or 3 holds, boom, blood time. And it just kind of takes you out of your flow.
It sure does. I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's frustrating. And for the guy that got cotton put up his nose, too, that's one less nostril you get a chance to breathe through, too. Underhooks right there. Some really good wrestling right now by Van Ness. He's really picking up his offense. Snapping on the head, moving. Man, he's got some bright orange, bright, like those are safety orange shoes right there. Who had the, is it Gabe this morning?
Arnold, and I saw something, his dad said those are like a prototype or something, sample type thing that he had. He's like, I want those for the last day, so.
I wonder if these orange ones that he's wearing right now, Van Ness, aren't like some prototype ones too, because they are bright.
Valencia starts down to begin the second period. Up to his feet, escape. Van Ness didn't put much effort into that. Wants to get back to his feet. There's man. Underhook throw by, and he got whipped over. Valencia did, but rolled all the way through. Came out with a leg, but now Van Ness flattens him out. He's fully extended, laying on his belly, trying to switch off to that leg.
Man, he is powerful. Van Ness is really, really powerful. And he does a good job of using his hips and exploding in to his opponents.
Stalemate that with 1:25 to go. Looked like a great shot by Valencia, but then Van Ness just launched him. But then Valencia just kept rolling through.
Boy, these guys are just really treating the fans in this match. It's been very, very entertaining and fun to watch. Both guys doing a great job of fakes and shots and setups. Inside trip right here, attempt by Valencia.
Got one leg, now a side headlock.
Look at him scramble, though, and Valencia finally gets it.
Valencia gets taken down. A minute to go in the second.
Yep.
So Van Ness ties it up at 4. It looked like Van Ness was trying to set something up, and then Valencia's like, well, if you're going to go there, I'm going to come right back, and he went upper body. almost got it, but then Van Ness able to scramble through and comes out with the 3. Switch off the whistle. Valencia to his feet. Hand control and escape. Now we're going to stop for more blood time.
Dang it.
All season long, we talk with Hawkeye coach Tom Brands, and that's brought to you by Hy-Vee. Get grad party ready, Hawkeyes. Hy-Vee makes planning easy with convenient catering options, party trays, desserts, drinks, and all the essentials you need to celebrate your graduate. No extra stops, no extra stress. Shop online at Hy-Vee.com today. As they get the blood cleaned up, let's step out right now and allow the stations along the Hawkeye Radio Network to ID themselves. This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling. Well, both wrestlers cleaned up. Now they're trying to get the mat cleared up.
Both wrestlers are kind of just wanting in there. They're wanting to get going. We got 42 seconds left to wrestle in the second period right now. Valencia up 5-4. It'll be Ness's choice, Van Ness's choice in the third period, which I'm sure he'll choose down. But these guys are just really, really treating the fans.
Well, I'm sure Valencia probably saw or heard people, hey, who's this 10 seed? He's going to get throttled, especially because he lost 10-4 earlier this year. He's like, you know what do I got to lose? Just double leg attempt by Van Ness, and then
Van Ness
stayed
low.
Oh, Valencia keeping that whizzer in, but Van Ness has stepped all the way over.
Van Ness, they were in a kind of a scramble situation there, shot, reshot, and Van Ness stayed low, attacked. Valencia got caught reaching and coming up out of position a little bit. That was great wrestling on Van Ness from an offensive standpoint, but amazing wrestling by Valencia in defending that off and not giving up that takedown because he was dead right.
He was.
So 5-4 going in the third period. Van Ness is going to choose down. Riding time not an issue at all. Start of the third period here.
Van Ness works to his feet. Hand control, escape. Riding time exactly 0, tied up at 5 apiece. Van Ness, we've seen that. I mean, even against Ryder Block, twice this year. Ryder early takedowns, looked like he was in a good spot, and then Van Ness just kept chipping away, and then it's like he gets stronger as the match goes on. Sweep attempt again by Valencia.
Both these guys have been so fun to watch. Very entertaining match, going back and forth. A lot of attacks from both sides. Nice
another
like,
reshot right
ankle
there.
Pick, underhook to an ankle pick attempt by Valencia. Now another shot by Valencia. He's
fully extended.
Though,
Van Ness hipping hard. He's trying to find an angle here. Van Ness lost the grip. Valencia trying to turn. Now Van Ness comes back out front. Valencia gets him draped up over the back. They say Stanford's got a pretty good educational program, so sure that Valencia's thinking of some ways to work through this, but now Van Ness reaches back, grabs his foot, and probably going to go to a stalemate.
Yeah.
And there it is, 48 seconds left in regulation.
Who are the coaches at Stanford, do you know?
Let me look. Was thinking Jason Borelli was the head coach.
They've come to wrestle. They brought some. They made some noise here at this tournament. I don't know what they are place-wise, but
they're in 7th right now, just behind Michigan.
Yeah, they've definitely made a lot of noise in this tournament.
Oh, that's right. It's not Borelli anymore. It's Chris Ayers.
That's who it is.
He used to be at Princeton.
Was it Princeton? But he wrestled at Lehigh, I think.
And then Patrick Bruckey, a Princeton grad.
Yep.
Sean Gray.
Yep.
And Hayden Heidley.
Nice shot right there by Valencia, but man, Van Ness just drapes over and grabs his ankles from the back here. Now they're both gotten each other's ankles. Van Ness almost has his legs free. There's a stalemate, and Valencia needs to get cleaned up because he is bleeding all over the place. I'm not sorry, Valencia, but Van Ness.
Second match of the night, second sudden victory match of the night.
Well, they're going to let it go.
Lehigh, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Wrestled at Lehigh.
Nope, now they do see the blood. Van Ness is like, I don't want to. I want to keep wrestling.
Wow, what a match. What a match.
Those joining us late, Vega, the true freshman number 2 seed from Oklahoma State, knocks off 2-time defending national champion Jesse Mendez of Ohio State in the finals. 4-1 in sudden victory. Now we have the 10 seed Aiden Valencia of Stanford going to sudden victory with top seeded Shane Van Ness of Penn State. Really, Mark, it's not surprising. The reason that Valencia has been in this match is he's been offensive. Even if he hasn't gotten very deep, he's still keeping things going.
He's been deep plenty. Just Van Ness has just had some insane great re-attacks and good defense. They both have. There's another shot by Valencia.
Gets him draped up over. 1.5 minutes in the sudden victory. Valencia
Nice
pops
score,
off, comes over. There's
there
the 3 takedown. And Valencia with the win. Van Ness still hanging onto the foot. But we're going to get a challenge here. Valencia takes the headgear off. Stays on his knees. Angel Rivera talking to Cody Sanderson. Gonna go look at it. I mean, Van Ness, he had a hold of the ankle, but again, it was kind of like Mikey Caliendo's first takedown against Joey Blaze. Yes, he was locked around our body, but we had both hands around his hips, fully secured. You reward the offensive guy in that situation.
This is not getting overturned. 100% not. But they were trying to let it go a little bit longer. Well, actually, I thought they were, but because of what happened last night. They're letting it play out because of what happened to Duke last night, which I don't agree with. I felt really bad for Duke. I thought Duke, P.J. Duke, the 157-pounder for Penn State, really got screwed in that match bad. Like, really, really bad. That was a terrible, terrible call and review. Everything about it was just done wrong, in my opinion. But, so therefore, I thought they would extend it, but Rivera was actually trying to put his hand and stop it for a long time, but I almost wish they would have let it keep going just 100% to solidify it.
Right.
And then if he scrambles out and doesn't get it, then you can throw the cube if you're Stanford and go back and challenge it, but let it play out there.
Crowd getting a little restless. That P.J. Duke won last night. They were in a scramble. It was him and Robideau of Oklahoma State. And Duke actually locked up a cradle, had him to his hip, almost to his back, and the referee blew the whistle, gave the 3, and then they waved it off later after review. Call is upheld, 3 takedown. The number 10 seed, Aiden Valencia of Stanford, is your national champion at 149 pounds. He's got his teammates over right on the edge of the mat. Van Ness, no real show of emotion. You got to think, look at him. He runs over. He's just standing there waiting for Valencia to shake hands. Runs over, shakes hands with the opposing coaches. Just kind of no real emotion showing. I bet when he gets back away from everybody, he's going to let loose that he came this close and fell short in his junior year.
They for sure should have let that play out, though. That was not good refereeing right there. Really happy for Valencia. So happy for him. Oh, yeah,
they got to bring him back. They've got belts that they're handing out this year. He's got blood all over that singlet. This is why we love this tournament. All kinds of fun, crazy things can happen. We're going to take another timeout. We will be back with more from Cleveland and the 2026 NCAA Wrestling Championships right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hawkeye Nation, here's something big. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. That means Iowa fans are now on America's largest 5G network, bringing even more strength and coverage to every game day and every day. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to power every call, every post, every celebration. U.S. Cellular and T-Mobile, better together.
This is Jordan Sekafetz here for my dad Brian and his True Blue crew at Dodge Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Dodge Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
Attention Hawkeye fans, Big Grove is proud to be an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whether you're at the game or watching from home, Big Grove has got you covered. Enjoy an easy Eddie from the stands or visit them for every Hawkeye game at any of their 4 convenient Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, or Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Big Grove Brewery, an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
And back in Cleveland, the Rocket Arena, 141-pound awards being handed out. 8th place is Wyatt Henson of Lock Haven. 7th place, CJ Composto of Penn. 6th place, Anthony Echemendia of Iowa State. In 5th place is Carter Nogel of Air Force. He was the 18 seed and came in and got 5th. Your 4th place winner is Brock Hardy of Nebraska. Luke Stanich of Lehigh in 3rd. Your runner-up was the top seed Jesse Mendez of Ohio State. And your national champion, the number 2 seed from Oklahoma State, Sergio Vega. It's just one of those kind of shows this tournament. You know, you've got guys like Mendez and Hardy, Stanich even, kind of highly touted, been around a little bit, has shown some really good things. You've got some young guys like Vega coming up. And then you've got, you know, a guy like a Wyatt Henson, who was kind of a fringe guy, came to Iowa, then transferred to Oklahoma, then found a home at Lock Haven, finds his way on the podium. Nogel at the Air Force Academy, finds his way onto the podium. So this kind of shows that, yeah, you've got the top programs, but there's some really darn good wrestlers all across this country. 157-pound championship. Another true freshman for Oklahoma State in the form of the 5-seed Landon Rabideau of the Cowboys. Won in the tiebreakers over top-seeded P.J. Duke of Penn State. He will be taking on defending national champion, second-seeded Antrell Taylor. You got the bottom side of the bracket has won the first 2, Mark. We'll see if that trend continues.
That's crazy. I just can't even believe that.
I'm going to go first this time. I think Taylor gets him. I think Taylor, crafty veteran, was here last year. I think Rabideau's good. I don't think he's quite the same as Vega in terms of some of his defense and whatnot.
I'm gonna go with Rabideau.
Are you? Okay.
Yep. I'm going with another freshman from Oklahoma State. They just got it going on right now.
Rabideau, the runner-up at the Big 12s this year, lost to Larkin of Arizona State. Was able to avenge that loss in sudden victory in the quarterfinals Friday morning. Taylor, the runner-up at the Big Tens this year, losing to P.J. Duke. Won't get that rematch attempt here, but they'll have to wait till next year. Rabideau, just like down in Stillwater, coming out to the theme from Halloween, or from Michael Myers, Halloween. These two wrestled in their dual meet in December, and Taylor came away with the tiebreaker win. Not a lot of points scored in that one. Second and third place teams going at it. Those two spots are both secured. Heading into this final session, there's Rabideau in on a shot on Taylor. Down on the ankle, trying to elevate it. Reaching across to trip him down. Taylor does a good job switching back in, trying to square up, get that toe down to the mat. One of two finalists for the Cornhuskers. Rabideau doing a good job continuing to elevate, trying to drive across, but Taylor just showing great flexibility.
Look at Rabideau in.
Trying to trip him down again. Elevates it real high. Taylor tries again, switching back. Rabideau gets back to that knee. Climbing up the leg. Trying to whizzer, trying to get that toe back down to the mat. Rabideau adjusts, gets down to the ankle again. Minute 45 to go. Been a good 45, 50-second scramble so far. Rabideau at the knee. Pulling Taylor back towards the center. Pulls him beyond center. Now gets turned the other way, so he's trying to pull him back even more. Tries tripping him down. Missed the ankle again. Rabideau now trying to step over that ankle. Cut the corner on him. Now looks to come up over the head. Not there. Now Taylor gets into a little bit better position, hipping hard into him. He's got Rabideau extended out. Now they're going to stalemate it. A minute 4 to go. Now we're going to have blood, or at least blood on the mat. Mark, Matt Nelson sent some audio clips from Drake Ayala and Patrick Kennedy earlier. And it's kind of fun listening to a few of those. But one thing I'm sure you can attest to as well, Drake talks about him and Ryder Block waking up this morning and not necessarily wanting to cut weight one last time for this season.
Yeah, you wake up in the morning.
We woke up this morning and we were talking to Terry. We're like, dude, I don't know if I want to work out this morning. Like, we were so sore, but we knew we had to. We knew it was the best thing for us. And, yeah, it's grueling. I mean, but, like, that's the thing. Is, like, we're hurt, but so does everybody else, you know? So it's just mental warfare out there, really.
Now go ahead.
I was just going to say, you wake up that last morning, you are sore. But, like was it Drake or was Drake talking right there?
Yeah, that was Drake.
Drake saying, like, everybody else is in the same boat, if not worse.
Yeah.
You just got to strap it up one more time, go make weight. And once you get good and warm, you're fine. But, man, when you wake up on that third day of those matches, I mean, your body's feeling it. And there's no other tournament in the country throughout the season that prepares you for this. I mean, other than the Big Tens, that's only a 2-day.
Right.
So it's hard to get, condition and shape in your body. You cannot prepare for a 3-day tournament of this magnitude. You can't do it.
And I don't think fans fully appreciate what that means to come out, wrestle 2 really hard matches, and then have to go and cut weight and make sure that you're down. Yeah, you get a 1-pound allowance, which is a lot, but it's not a lot. And Then you have to come back and do it again after wrestling 2 more, or even if you're in the backside, maybe 3 or 4 more really hard matches the next day. Get the blood cleared up. Taylor from a non-tie. Now comes across for Nebraska against Rabideau of Oklahoma State. 35 seconds remains. Taylor, a little half attempt. Trying to throw the underhook by. Gets called for stalling, backing out. Much to the chagrin of Manning and Snyder. Which I don't necessarily disagree with them. I mean, Taylor did back all the way out of bounds. He tried to throw an underhook by as they got there. I think he could have done more to stay in and do that earlier, but Taylor tapping the head a couple of times.
What year's Taylor?
Junior. Oh, we're going to have a scoreless first period. Taylor's choice. He'll start down. Now we got blood again. Was Rabideau the one that had a cut like on the back of his head last night? Or was that Swiderski?
I don't know if it was an Okie State guy. Maybe it was. I don't think it was Rabideau for sure. I don't remember. I remember someone, yes, but I just don't remember. It was right down here. I don't remember who it was. I don't know if it was Oklahoma State, to be honest with you. Well, we've had 2 matches, and they've both been overtime. But, man, alive, that Van Ness match and Valencia match was so exciting. And that Valencia is the only, what year is he, a sophomore?
Redshirt freshman.
So we've had 2 matches with 2 freshmen.
Yeah.
1 true and 1 redshirt. And a possible third for another true freshman. 3 freshmen to win the Nationals right away. Look at this.
Rabideau puts Taylor to his back. Oh, Taylor was trying to get cute, and Rabideau held him there. Got 3 count.
Oh, 3.
What's Manning saying? Manning's throwing the challenge brick in. They go out of bounds.
What are they challenging? That should have been 4, I thought.
It's funny. You look down there. I don't know if you can see over the camera. Right at the edge over here, you got A.J. Ferrari sitting on the mat on the floor watching. Right next to him on a knee is Ladarian Lockett.
Yeah, I see that. Well, there's Angelo Ferrari sitting in the bench now with our team. Man, I don't know what we're challenging here.
Unless he's saying he went, I guess. Yeah, Manning's saying he went back and forth. It was never held in the same spot. The only other thing would be if he thought maybe there was a locked hands call, but I didn't see that anywhere either. Hawk fans, enjoy your home away from home at Coralville's all-suite Homewood Suites, Iowa River Landing, and Home 2 Suites Hilton Hotels. Relax in spacious suites with kitchens. Enjoy free breakfast, 24-hour gym, pool, hot tub, and more. Perfectly located for your next Hawkeye visit. Well, it was fun listening to Drake, too. He talked a little bit about just some of the emotion that he was showing this weekend. And he said, it was a little bit about himself, but it was more so about the rest of the team as well.
Like, I don't celebrate really ever in my matches. And, last night I don't even know what round that was. I was flexing, and that was the first time I've ever done that. That was more like a reflection that, I wrestled really good that match. Yeah, I got one back that I wanted to, yeah. But it was more we were rolling. Gabe just freaking All-American. He's a 97 pounder. I talked about him earlier, but, the most unselfish human being ever. I'm sitting here wow, what would I do in that position? You know what I mean? It's just, I'm just so, that was more, my flex was more, just happiness from the rest of my team. It was so awesome. I'm so proud of those guys. I don't sell.
They changed.
What do you see?
Somebody edit that.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you showing me? Is Patrick walking off the mat?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I've got a quote about that. They changed it just a 2 near fall. So Rabideau leads 2-0, 30 seconds gone by. They get to the edge, go out of bounds.
I don't know how that was only 2 near fall.
The only thing would be is if he kept going, if he went past and then past.
I don't see it. I don't see how it was. I would love to see the review of that and count them.
Well, again, it was sent upstairs. Almost got to the same spot. He's hitting kind of that hip heist. Rabideau catches the head. Now they get up to their feet. Out of bounds. Rabideau putting on a really good ride right here. And blood time again. Well, that picture you just showed, it was Patrick Kennedy walking off. Somebody edited with the work boots on his feet from his comment.
Yeah,
about just being very work.
Treat them All-Americans good. There's a lot that was left out there. But, yeah, just going back to, like, the, put your work boots on. It's just like, someday it's going to be over and you got to go to work. You go to work every day, so.
It's kind of the mentality that Patrick Kennedy had throughout his career. Nothing flashy, just show up, do what you're supposed to. Caution on Taylor on the restart right there. But we talked about it, Mark. He's, several of these guys, but he's one of those in particular we're going to definitely miss having on the team, and we'll see if he's sticking around. He said one of his goals is to compete freestyle, so we'll see if he stays with the Hawkeye Wrestling Club or what his plans are. Taylor gets an escape, 51 seconds towards riding time for Rabideau. That'll make it 2-1 now. Rabideau with the lead for Oklahoma State, and more blood. Yeah. So between sudden victory matches, blood times, and then ESPN doing like 7-minute commercial breaks, we're going to be here till 10 o'clock tonight.
Very possible. Very, very possible.
I mean, we've been going for an hour, and we're not even through 3 matches.
What period is this? Second?
Second period. So they're getting that blood wiped up again. In Iowa, we grow corn. The truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn grows feed for our livestock, food for our families, and clean-burning fuel. For your drive to the game, drive clean with Unleaded 88. Support Iowa corn farmers. Go to iowacorn.org to pump it up with Unleaded 88. 35 on the clock, second period, 157-pound national final. Montrell Taylor, defending national champion for Nebraska, just hits a sweep attempt. But true freshman Landon Rabideau of Oklahoma State able to square up with him. Now takes a shot right on the edge. They go out of bounds, head back to the center with 20 on the clock. Crowd wanting a stall call on Taylor for backing out. They get the continuous action call. So it'll be Rabideau's choice as we go to period number 3. He will have a 2-1 lead. And he will take down. Now we'll see what Taylor does. You try to ride him for the riding time, you'd have to do the entire 2 minutes. Or does he ride him for just a few seconds? Try to get a tilt. And then have to go to your feet because you're going to need a takedown to win it. Claw ride, roll through attempt by Rabideau, but Taylor stopped it, but then just says, I'm going to let you go and let's get to our feet here. Taylor takes a shot. Rabideau tries to reshoot, go behind, but Taylor squares back up with him. Taylor, a couple of half attempts, minute and a half to go in the third. Rabideau with a shot, gets all the way around behind. As Taylor tried to defend that, he slipped a little bit. tries to roll through on the edge. Robidoux almost holds him there for neutral danger. Now Taylor comes out with the leg. Robidoux still cracking him down, gets all the way around behind. Taylor hanging on to that ankle for dear life. Scramble situation right on the edge. A minute to go. They go out of bounds, back to the center. Stall warning on Taylor for reaching to the carpet. That'll make it 4-1 now. Robidoux bleeding again. Mark Manning wants to challenge. Can you challenge a stall call? Might as well just have something else to add to the evening, right?
So, he can't be challenging the stall call. What's he challenging here?
I don't know. I think that looks like that's what he's doing. I don't know.
I didn't think you could challenge a stall call.
I didn't either, but looked like it was a
1, 2, 3. That was a fair 3.
It looked like a fair 3.
That was a fair 3. Thanks, Brian.
Well, back to the sequence that started that. Robidoux hit a shot, and when Taylor sprawled to defend it, he almost slipped a little bit, and Robidoux was able to just basically re-explode and got all the way around behind him. But Taylor was able to somehow create it into a scramble situation. But then as they were at the edge, Robidoux trying to advance, and they said Taylor called for stalling for crawling out of bounds.
I mean, here's the thing. These referees, I mean, it's like bad. Like really, really bad that they're calling stalling so much on the edge that it's a judgmental call. Unless it's like flagrantly going out, it should not, in my opinion, be stalling.
Independent review upheld the call. So that'll make it 4-1 with 57 seconds to go. So now Taylor needs a takedown and a ride out to force sudden victory.
I think they should do what they do for international wrestling. You step out of bounds. You basically step out of bounds, and it's a point. It's a push out. It would keep so much more wrestling in the center of the mat.
Nice underhook throw by Taylor. Robidoux kicks out, and he's going to get called for stalling for fleeing.
Again, it was great wrestling, though. That was just great wrestling. It's such a terrible rule.
Robidoux starting to get on the defensive, backing up.
Or make the mat bigger.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Robidoux up 4-1. He's starting to play the edge now. Can't give up a takedown. Now he's trying to fight in. He's trying to circle in, doing the right thing there.
Over-under situation. Taylor gets a stalemate with 11 on the clock. Taylor just hasn't found any way to get into Robidoux. And that's going to be even harder. There is a stall call, makes it 4-2. Taylor hits another shot right at the edge, but that's going to do it. Freshmen are 3 for 3 tonight. Warning, probably a team point. Robidoux doing a little John as Taylor came back to the center. He threw his ankle bands into his chest. So got warned. But that'll be another national champion for David Taylor and Oklahoma State. We will step out, take another timeout. We will come back and have more from Cleveland right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
At MidAmerican Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hawkeye Nation, here's something big. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. That means Iowa fans are now on America's largest 5G network, bringing even more strength and coverage to every game day and every day. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to power every call, every post, every celebration. U.S. Cellular and T-Mobile, better together.
The 149-pound place winners are making their way to the podium right now. 8th place, Casey Swiderski of Oklahoma State. 7th place, the number 3 seed Cross Wazlewski of Penn. 6th place, Iowa's Ryder Block. In 5th place, Colin Gage of Virginia Tech. In 4th place, the number 20 seed Chance Lamer of Nebraska. In 3rd place, Lachlan McNeil of Michigan. Your runner-up, top seed Shane Van Ness of Penn State. And your national champion, the number 10 seed out of Stanford, Aiden Valencia. They just said that Jason Bryant just announced we're only 3 matches in, but this is the first time since, I think he said 1945, 1942, that we've had more than 2 freshman champions in one tournament.
Can we have any more? I just looking at this.
Merrill is a redshirt freshman. Davino and Forrest, so you're going to have one more for sure.
Dang.
Kind of interesting, Van Ness not on the awards stand right there.
That is very interesting.
Crowd letting it be known. There's Van Ness, made his way out. Sometimes it's hard when you just get done wrestling and you lose, you've got the emotions, you get lost underneath there, you got to make your way back out. And Van Ness seems like the kind of kid, you know, I don't know him, but from some of the interviews I've seen, like, he respects the sport, he respects the process. You know, he wouldn't just avoid it just out of spite or out of frustration that he didn't win. I mean, he would be there. Well, here we go. 165 pounds. 9th and final meeting between Iowa's 3rd-seeded Mikey Caliendo and top-seeded Mitchell Messenbrink of Penn State. Tall task to beat somebody more than 2 or 3 times. Tall task when somebody's beat you 8 times in a row, Mark, to be able to try to turn that around and get a win here in your final opportunity.
Yeah, it's tough from both angles, to be honest with you. But I tell you what, Caliendo has no pressure. I mean, all the pressure's on Messenbrink. Caliendo is just excited to come out and wrestle one last time in a Hawkeye singlet and let the fur fly.
Here he comes out of the red corner. Wearing his yellow hoodie over top of his singlet. Those flames they got blowing from that Jumbotron in the middle, they sent some heat off. Messenbrink, a 3-time finalist, runner-up 2 years ago, won it last year over Caliendo. And of those 8 wins, I think only 2 of them have been regular decisions. Messenbrink just always so good, constant motion, stays on the attack.
And I tell you what, though, he's shown a little bit of vulnerability in this tournament, especially was it last night in the semifinals?
Yeah.
When he scored.
And it was it was quarterfinals against Hepner.
No, quarterfinals, yeah, against Hepner. He won 6-0, but I don't think he scored a takedown. It was near falls.
Yeah.
Hepner really probably shouldn't have chose bottom.
Lights back on. Get the okay from the head table. Nick Grasso, the head referee. Titus Godblatt, the side referee. There's a shot by Messenbrink. Caliendo able to get to that underhook. Messenbrink, nice double, just drives right through Mikey and gets the takedown.
What a great shot. Wastes no time. And you know Caliendo was ready, too.
Yeah.
Like, ready.
I mean, that's the thing with Messenbrink. It's like, you know, there's been a few guys this year that have come, but Mikey last year was like the clear number 2, and there was a big drop-off. And he just dominated him. Mikey up to his feet. Messenbrink tries to return him. Cannot. What was it, Big Tens last year that Mikey was able to get into some front heads?
Yeah.
And was it the left-handed collar that kind of slowed Messenbrink down?
Yeah, he had something figured out. There's a shot by Messenbrink right off the whistle here. Caliendo trying hard to get that leg back, but man, see how Messenbrink just continues to keep driving at the leg, goes, and then he takes us down again. But he just kept re-attacking the leg. He never held here. It was like he just kept driving with his knees through, like re-penetrating. That's where he is so good.
Caliendo to his feet. Messenbrink cuts him. 6-2, 1 minute gone by. Caliendo, Messenbrink takes a finger to the eye. He's got a gable wrap around. I don't know if he's got a small cut up there, so he's a little worried about that. Caliendo's like, shouldn't that be injury time? Messenbrink taps.
We were not ready there. Not ready at all. We were thinking about the injury time and how it should have been maybe injury time.
Still trying to fight this off. Trying to somersault through, grab the ankle. Messenbrink's all the way around behind, but we have his foot. Messenbrink now trying to wheelbarrow us. Does a great job, just throws his legs back out of the way. Kind of almost posted with his head in the middle of Mikey's back and threw those legs up in the air, broke that grip and got around for the takedown. He just finds ways. I mean, if he was in the black and gold singlet, we would love it.
Well, he's always on the attack, too. I mean, this is the first period. He scored 3 takedowns in less than 2 minutes against a guy like Mikey Caliendo. I mean, just continue to keep attacking, re-attacking.
Blood time is that cut above his eye, starting to bleed through the gable wrap that he's got. 1:06 to go, first period. 9-3 is the lead for Messenbrink. University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you no matter where you are in the state, changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org for more. Tom Terry and Morningstar in the corner.
Reshot. Like, that's the thing is you think he's done and we don't get our legs back far enough and he just keeps coming at us.
So that'll make it 12-3. Messenbrink now going cross-face, 40 seconds left. He's got over a minute of riding time. Fast stall warning on Caliendo on bottom. builds his base. Messenbrink goes into the claw ride, not there, so he comes back working a near wrist. Mikey to his feet, trying to clear those hands. They go out of bounds, head back to the center. I mean, as much as he's, just attacking and repenetrating, I mean, what's the defense for that, Mark?
Well, again, once you get sprawl, you have to continue to keep sprawling, getting those legs back. Or if you're not gunning, you're going to keep the legs in that exact same spot. You got to be able to use your hands and your arms to keep him off you. Like push back, put pressure back, start working that short offense front head, and not sitting there and just kind of holding a position and, waiting for a stalemate. I mean, you have to wrestle there. And that's why, honestly, too, this is the same way that Blaze scored on him in the dual meet. The same type of thing. He kept repenetrating us there. We're not getting our leg back far enough. And I'd like to say, well, you just don't, you move your feet and you just don't let them get to your legs. Well, I ain't going to sit here and tell you that because that's way easier said than done wrestling a guy like Messenbrink. You just got to know that at some point in time he's going to get your legs, but once he gets there and you get your legs back, it's like, what do you do from there? On the sprawl, how do you wrestle from there?
Messenbrink goes down to begin the second period, gets cautioned. Mikey goes into that claw ride. Messenbrink gets a little somersault. Mikey gets a potentially dangerous call. Almost went like a reverse headlock, was trying to roll him through and almost got rolled himself. Same thing, goes right back into that claw. Goes into that reverse headlock. Messenbrink tries to roll him through. Mikey takes him to his back, but he rolls all the way off of it. Gets out for the escape. 13-4 now in favor of Messenbrink. Messenbrink, nice high crotch attempt. Mikey dives back, trying to get that crotch lock. Messenbrink continuing to circle.
Big time with our left hand. Like big time.
And another takedown, 16-4. Man, Caliendo is just a few years younger or older or just a little different weight class. I mean, you sometimes run into these guys that you know what you got to do to get to them, and you just have a hard time because they've got such good athletic ability. 16-4 with 40 seconds to go, second period. Now 17-4 as a second stall call against Caliendo. Messenbrink trying to get some near falls. He's got that far arm underneath. He's going to bend that leg up. 30 on the clock now. Going to that far side cradle. He's got Mikey's far triceps.
Boy, Mikey just does not have an answer. You'd think after wrestling this guy 8 times, we'd have somewhat of an answer, and he just cannot get him figured out.
Another stall call makes it 18-4. That'll be our score as we go to period number 3. 2:21 of riding time. Caliendo's choice. Mikey's going to choose top. He's trying to figure out. He's got to get some near falls or something down, in essence, by a tech fall right now with that riding time.
He's got to figure something out. He's going to try doing that same thing again.
Messenbrink rolls us over and gets the reversal. So that's going to be it. Messenbrink, back-to-back national champions. 20-4 tech fall over Iowa's Mikey Caliendo. Mikey jumps off the stage and heads back towards the back. Messenbrink gets his belt, just hands it to Cale Sanderson. Going to run over and find his family. Tough end to a career for Mikey Caliendo right there, Mark.
Yeah, it is. I mean, anytime you have the last match, I mean, in your Hawkeye thing, at least it was the national finals, but he's wrestling a special someone right there. I mean, that Messenbrink is, I mean, he's just playing extraordinary. There's no doubt about it. And that's tough. I mean, that's tough to swallow a little bit. Your last match as Iowa Hawkeye, and you get teched in the finals in front of 20,000 people. That's no fun at all. I mean, that's, you know, I tell you right now, Caliendo is very, very, you could tell when he walked off. He's just frustrated and upset, and rightfully so. But at the same time, no one's figured him out except for David Carr at the international level. And that's something where, you know, he still has to be proud of himself for what he's accomplished at Iowa. And he's just had that one guy in his way. You know, if there's not a Messenbrink out there, you know, he's a two-time national champion probably, you know, and a Big Ten champion and so forth or whatever, you know. I mean, that's unfortunate, but at the same time, you don't get to pick and choose, you know, who you face at your weight every year in the country, just what area you're in, who's there, and so forth, and you need to find a way to beat him just like everybody else. All the other people in that weight class, all the other 33, 32 people in that weight class, 31 people needed to find a way to beat Caliendo, and they wouldn't be able to do it. So it's just when you come so close, it's hard.
Especially with a guy like Mikey that does it the right way. He's a great guy. Like you said, I think yesterday, like, he doesn't have enemies. It's not like people are booing and celebrating so much that he gets beat. You know, you don't have, you know, some of those personality quirks that, you know, necessarily will stand out, and, you know, just does so much the right way. And it's just hard. Even harder when we're Hawkeyes, and he's a Hawkeye through and through, even though he didn't start his career here. But tip your cap to him, all the hard work that he did, and, you know, hopefully he's got some good things that he can give back. He looked like a coach at times this season. You know, dual meets, he'd get done wrestling, he'd come back out, be cheering his guys on, and, you know, he's going to be very supportive of this program and these guys moving forward.
Yeah.
Let's step out. We'll take a timeout. We will have more from Cleveland right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
This is Jordan Suckafetz here for my dad Brian and his True Blue crew at God Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Dodge Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists. Shop the sales and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Back in Cleveland, 157-pound All-Americans just receiving their awards. In 8th place was the number 3 seed Meyer Shapiro of Cornell. 7th place, the number 15 seed Cameron Catcherbone of Michigan. 6th place goes to Ty Waters of West Virginia. 5th place is Cannon Webster of Illinois. 4th place goes to Brandon Cannon of Ohio State. 3rd place is Penn State's P.J. Duke. Your runner-up, number 2 seed Antrell Taylor of Nebraska. And your national champion, the number 5 seed Landon Robidoux of Oklahoma State. Before we talk about 174 pounds, let's step out, take a station ID break for those affiliates along the Hawkeye Radio Network. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling. Waiting for 174 to be announced. The top seed, Levi Haynes of Penn State, will be taking on the number 3 seed, Christopher Minto of Nebraska. Haynes with the fall and 3 tech falls to get into the finals. Him and Messenbrink going to be duking it out for most dominant wrestler.
Who's that? Levi?
Levi and Messenbrink.
I think you got Messenbrink all the way. This is a rematch for the Big Ten finals, and I think, did he tech him at the Big Tens?
No.
Or was it super close? 2-1.
2-1 tiebreaker.
Yeah, I was thinking of Duke and Taylor. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
PJ Duke versus Taylor. That was a big lopsided victory.
Levi Haynes, a 4-time All-American now. He's been a runner-up, a champion, and 3rd place. Won it a couple years ago at 157. These guys wrestled twice this year, 8-6 in the dual meet, and then 2-1 at the Big Tens.
Levi Haynes comes out to Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings. Don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Oh, man, Lord. He's a big country boy. Yeah, I know it used to be Country Boy Can Survive.
Yeah. Well, what was the one either at the duel or it wasn't the duel, but at the Big Tens? Wasn't it something
Johnny
about
Cash, was it?
It's like, I hear I'm the old guy because he's the only senior in the lineup for Penn State.
Yeah, what was that? I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, by the way, Penn State going to be threatening the all-time points record, and they have 1 senior in their lineup.
Well, he's a pretty good senior, 2nd in the world last year.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Patrick Kennedy was, upset about getting teched by this guy last night, and we got teched by Penn State just now, too. So we got teched by both those guys. But those are, like, world-class wrestlers right there. I mean, Patrick Kennedy got teched by Levi Haynes, in the quarters yesterday, but at the same time, he's wrestling a guy that got 2nd in the world at the senior level.
Haynes had to underhook as they were on the edge. Minto was trying to circle back in, gets called for stalling. There he drops for a shot. Haynes down blocks.
Who you got here?
Haynes.
I do too. I honestly want Haynes to win. I know that people get upset, like, oh, you cheer for. I'm not cheering for Penn State. I'm cheering for the individual here. And I want Haynes to win, just because he walks out to Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson.
That's right.
He's a big hunter. He's a huge hunter. I like the guy.
Shot by Minto, but
I appreciate that.
Haynes keeps the leg back into a front headlock. Now they come up collar ties. Approaching a minute to go here, first period. Haynes with the shot. Minto circles back towards the middle. I'd forgot Minto's only a sophomore. Feels like he's been here for several years, but
I can't believe Minto's only a sophomore.
I think he's redshirt sophomore. I think he might have come over for Soldier Salute a couple years ago.
Tom Mashik, my buddy. Thanks, Tom. Says it was Dinosaur by Hank Williams Jr.
There you go. I knew it was something like that. See, that's why we have the best fans in the world.
Yeah, I can't believe all you guys out there listen all the time. Like, it's awesome.
Warning for hands to the face against Minto. Stop the action. They get him restarted. 20 seconds to go, first period. Tries passing an elbow to a low shot, but Minto kicks out of it. A lot of just hard hand fighting in that first period. No score. Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll, conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinney Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. Proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. Caution on Haynes starting early as he chooses down to begin the second period.
You know, I was typing Macy Kilty. She's been going back and forth. I work with her quite a bit from female wrestler trying to win a gold medal, make the world team, whatever. And she's back home watching it right now in Wisconsin with her boyfriend and their family and stuff. And we're going back and forth like, well, who you got? You know, and she's like, I got Levi Haynes' team. And I said, well, he came out to Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. Well, then as I was typing that, I was just thinking the song, like he's a big country boy.
Yeah.
But you think it was directed at Oklahoma State?
Iowa doesn't even think
I
about
just
that.
thought about that as I was typing that. I was like, I wonder if that's like was semi kind of nonchalantly directed at Oklahoma State.
Could be. You never know.
That's funny.
Hadn't even thought of it that way. Well, Hawks.
Clever.
Yeah. With Mendez losing earlier, the Hawks are locked into fourth place in the team standings. 7 All-Americans. And both Drake Ayala and Patrick Kennedy talked a little bit earlier about just the roller coaster that this season has been for the Hawkeyes.
In those tough moments, like we just really came together, and we kept faith. And Tom and Terry would always tell me, they're like, you know, just keep the faith, keep the faith. I mean, I lost to Marcus Blaze in the duel, and it was like my third or fourth loss in a row, I think. And they're like, hey, just keep the faith, keep the faith. And I'm sure glad I did that, and I trust those guys a lot. So
that was Drake Ayala. Patrick had some similar sentiments to say about his reflections on that.
We just got good guys in the room, guys that believe in the leadership and the things they're hearing. And, you know, during the season, you know, it gets hard to stay in line or just stay confident as a team sometimes. But I think we did that. And even though we got beat up sometimes and we got torn apart online, you know, we stayed positive and things like that. And so in that sense, you know, I give a lot of credit to guys and credit to like Hayala, Mikey for, you know, helping lead guys into battle and things like that. And
that's kind of what you got to do. I mean, you're going to deal with adversity. That's kind of what sports are all about, is helping you learn that sometimes life is tough. It's not always going to go your way. And how do you accept that, deal with it, get better from it, and move to that next stage beyond there?
I mean, that's a huge part of it. I mean, that's what the beautiful thing is about the sport of wrestling, amongst many, many, many other things, is, you know, this prepares you for so many different aspects of life that's yet to come. And it's fun along the way, but it's not always fun. It's a grueling sport, and that's one reason why it prepares you for life, because life is not always fun. It's not always, as Rocky Balboa says, sunshines and rainbows. I mean, you're going to get hit, and it's not a matter of how hard you get hit. It's about you get hit, and you come back, you know, you keep coming back. And that's life, and that's what this sport teaches you more than any other sport out there. And not just from, you know, a win or a loss, but it's every day going into the room and strapping it on, and then you got nutrition involved, and you got, you know, academics involved, and there's so many different things. And I mean, think about how tough the sport is, just not just physically, but also, you know, it wears on you mentally as well too. And it's a sport you don't get, you know, now obviously way more financial aid out of it with the NIL, but, you know, I mean, still, even with that, it's not benefited like a lot of other sports at the pro level. You do it, or you used to do it, for the majority of everybody, for, you know, the love of the game, so to speak.
Good scramble right there between Haynes and Minto. Haynes got a stall point and an escape in the second. Minto with an escape here in the third. Down to 50 seconds to go. Haynes leading by a score of 2-1. He was in on a shot. Elevated Minto a couple of times. They finally rolled out of bounds with no points. There's Minto with the sweep attempt. Another shot attempt by Minto. 30 seconds to go. Minto changes levels again. They get a token stall call on Haynes here pretty soon. Minto looks over, sees 20 seconds on the clock. Almost a reshot there by Haynes. Slide by attempt by Mento. There is the stall call with 15 on the clock. Mento trying to throw an underhook by. Almost slips out of that. Haynes squares back up with him. Mento changes levels. Down block there by Haynes, and Levi Haynes will get it done. 2-1 will be the final score.
Same score as the Big Tens.
Haynes, your national champion. Brian Snyder was yelling some stuff at the ref. Levi Haynes was right there talking back to him just a little bit. Congratulations to him. It's kind of interesting. A couple of these guys, they get their belts and they parade it around and carry it out with them. Several other guys just take it over, give it to their coaches. Haynes now walking over to find his family, it looks like.
I mean, that's something the NCAA started doing just this year. And at the girls NCAA wrestling tournament and all the divisions, all the boys divisions, 1, 2, 3. And the guys don't wrestle for that belt. They didn't come here for that belt. They don't really care for it. It's a touch that the NCAA is throwing out there, but yeah, just kind of a waste of money from the NCAA's part. I mean, they already get their plaque up on the stage, and that's what it's really, really about. They're just trying to make it more of a glaring thing or kind of a fun thing or whatever. But these guys, they don't care about that stuff. I mean, I'm sure they'll find a good, nice place to hang it in the house or put it in the house, but
well, they get ready for the 165 awards. Let's take a timeout. We will come back and have more from Cleveland and the 2026 NCAA Wrestling Championships right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Ben McCullum. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Welcome back to Cleveland, the Rocket Arena. Must be a little intermission time. They've got the 216 sticks performing. They have 5-gallon buckets, trash cans with drum heads, and I see a couple of empty, like, big water jugs, the big plastic jugs into a dispenser. Coming out performing. A little surprised, too, because they've got the 165 place winner standing on the podium while this performance is going on.
Yeah, not cool.
I would have thought that they would have told them to wait till this is done and then go line up. And I don't know if Penn State's team camp is a long ways away because Van Ness was late getting out. Messenbrink is not down there either.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on or what the deal is. I like looking at this 216 sticks drum band, though. Just all it is like a bunch of drums on snare drums and 5-gallon buckets and garbage cans and ladders, and they're just finding things to bang on. But yeah, kind of unfortunate for
mean, especially for Mikey Caliendo. Like, whoever the runner-up is at this time, you just come off of a loss, and it's like, okay, now I'm going to just stand here and wait. Here comes Messenbrink out of the tunnel. Opposite side of the
Still
arena.
got a single. Doesn't even have his warm-up on. He's got to put his warm-up on really quick.
We'll stop by and see what everyone's talking about at Watermill Kitchen and Bar, voted the 2025 Best New Restaurant by the Corridor Business Journal. This modern Midwestern restaurant, located in the heart of the Iowa River Landing, features chef-inspired takes on all your favorite dishes with amazing daily specials, unique cocktails, and monthly events. I think just one other quote that I wanted to share here. Patrick Kennedy became an All-American for the first time last year. Finished a step higher this year in third place. And he talked a little bit about that. He didn't show up and just get thrown into the lineup. He had to do some fighting to be able to be the guy to put on that black and gold singlet.
My second year, I was in a battle spot with Marinelli, and then I got in trouble with some sports gambling, so they brought in Caliendo, and then he beat me out in a wrestle-off, and then, even last year, there was kind of a wrestle-off with Nelson, and so it's been hard in, that sense, but it's been easy at the same time because, the people at Iowa, they really do care for you, and, they have to make tough decisions, but, they make them with love and things like that, and so I carried that forward and knew that, and so when I had my chance, I just fought hard for it and things like that. And so, it means a lot. It's not supposed to be easy. I didn't sign up for it to be easy. And so, it's good.
I think that's the key right there. Goes back to what Tom Brands has preached all season long, all the way back to his media day. The formula is very simple of what you need to do to win. But to be able to do that, it is very hard. And you don't want it to be easy. You want to be rewarded for the hard work, the dedication, the commitment that you're putting in. And that's what you see with wrestlers. Even if you're not here getting your hand raised on a Saturday night, there's guys that are All-Americans. There's guys that just qualified for the tournament. There's guys that didn't qualify for the tournament, but they still are going through that process, Mark, and learning those valuable life lessons and being able to better themselves as young men moving forward.
Well, like Patrick said, it doesn't come easy. You got to work hard for it. I mean, some of these guys make it look easy, but it is not.
Yeah.
It's not that easy. And obviously, God gifts everybody a little bit differently with ability and talent, and so some things come easier for others. But just like Messenbrink, he makes it look easy, but it's not that easy for him either. I mean, he puts a lot of time and effort into his wrestling on a daily basis, on and off the mat, and he has for years. And he makes it takes a lot of commitment. And he's done a really, really good job. But it's just like anything, and that's what I was saying earlier, this sport really prepares you for life because you have to work so hard to be successful, especially at the D1 level when it comes down to, this magnitude of a tournament. And it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't change overnight. And it's a lot of tough, hard work. But the thing is when you are successful, it's so much more rewarding when you know what you've put into it. Not only out in front of the fans, but also more so even behind the scenes. And that's where all these athletes, I know that everybody hears us talk about, and you hear in these interviews that you're playing about the Iowa guys so close to their coaches, and it's a family, it's a bond, and it's something that, there's a love there. And that's true for most all the schools. I mean, when you go into the trenches every day in the sport, you're going to the dark wrestling rooms that a lot of times don't have windows. You don't see a lot of natural light throughout the wintertime in the sport of wrestling. You go in early in the mornings and you work out. You leave at nighttime. It's dark when you go in. It's dark when you come out. And then you travel so much, and you cut weight together. And there's just so many things that you do together that aren't necessarily fun or easy on a regular basis. You bond with those people, and like these guys have said, like they're brothers. And you hear other teams talk about it too, and it's what's unique about this sport. And I have so much respect for not just obviously the winners and the champions, but everybody that toes the line, at this level. It's crazy, and it's just awesome. And the coaches, too. They put so much time and effort into these athletes, such a commitment away from their own personal families and their own kids and the trainers and everybody that's involved.
Well, we talk about it every year, but, you think, too, some of those young guys that aren't necessarily in the lineup. They're in the room. They're here helping do some things. They're learning to see what it's all about. But they're guys that are maybe getting beat up on. A guy like a Leaf Schroeder. He's back. He's been around for Big Tens and Nationals. A guy that saw the lineup a few times in his career. Wasn't a highly touted guy, but he's a room guy. He's a guy that is a good workout partner, does great things for you. And, those are the kinds of guys that you need, too, because they give you good workouts, but they just add to that family feel as well.
For sure, and that's
you're talking Mike Hatcher.
100%. I was literally just going to say that. I was just going to talk about that. We talked about this podcast that it just kind of blown up on the internet here lately. That Mike Hatcher did with me, a former teammate at Iowa and roommate and friend growing up and stuff like that. And he was one of the guys that was in the room. And it just came out this week. It's a nice long hour and 45 minutes. I cannot believe the amount of people that have reached out and commented.
We're almost through 2 episodes of that just tonight.
But that's what Mike was, and he knew his role in the room, and he was kind of a supporting athlete, an amazing wrestler too. Like, he could have gone to other schools and probably won national titles at different levels, but he wanted to stay true. It is like a family to him. And, he was kind of the right-hand man for Coach Gable. He was right there for Terry Brands on a regular basis and myself. And we traveled all over the country together. And it was just – and that podcast tells you a lot about what it's like being inside of, the Iowa wrestling room, because that's where we were at. But any wrestling room for that matter, and growing up in the sport of wrestling and having great coaches and teammates and the bonds that you have and really what it means to you. And that's what, a lot of that podcast was about. It was just him and I kind of talking as friends about, our past together, and it was awesome. And so Mike Hatcher, and that was that called? A Full Tilt
Yep.
podcast, with Mike Hatcher, the Hatch, and it's on, you go to Instagram or social media or whatever, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, and find that. But it was a really good just sit down and talk with him, and that just goes to show what this sport's like for everybody that's involved, really. But like anything is, you get out of it what you put into it.
Yeah. Well, we move to 184 pounds. Top seed Rocco Welsh of Penn State, runner-up 2 years ago, then redshirted last year, taking on Max McAnally. Finished third last year for Minnesota. These two met in the Big Ten Finals, with Welsh winning by a score of 2-1. Do we see a takedown in this match?
Overtime, maybe. But definitely want McAnally to probably win this match here. We'll see how many shots are taken. But
see if anybody goes to a knee. Somebody said, I didn't see it. I'm sure somebody can send a clip to us. But somebody said that after Gabe Arnold won, ESPN must have interviewed him, and Quint Kesenich said something. And after last night's match between Ferrari and McAnally, Kesenich basically said, it's kind of hard when he's on a knee, should be called stalling, right? And McAnally's like, yeah. And so Gabe said something to the effect of, we're a family, we work together, even when we're wrestling on a knee or something like that. Almost.
Gabe said that?
Yeah.
Good.
Almost threw a shot at it.
That was terrible. I was going to actually say something to him today. What's his name?
Quint Kesenich.
Quint Kesenich. I was going to say something today about that if I saw him today. basically what he said is how do you wrestle against someone that basically, he said, does nothing and just wrestles on a knee. And McAnally says, well, that should be stalling, right? And then that Quint, the announcer for ESPN, says, yeah, it is in my book. And then when you go back and look at the match, Angelo took like 6 shots to McAnally's like 1.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like, did you just watch the same match?
Approaching a minute to go here, first period, no score. There's a shot by McAnally, head to the outside. He's deep and does a great job as Welsh tried to turn back in and create a scramble. He just stuffed him and let him out, or gets the takedown, then lets him out right away for the escape. That was a good shot.
It was a really good shot. Head to the outside, shot got in, repenetrated, cut the corner. There wasn't a whole lot that Welsh could do there. Now Welsh, it's going to be interesting because he's never really in this situation. He's going to be forced to have to wrestle at some point in time now in this match. Michael Kemmer and was that Becker down there, and Agam coaches for Minnesota. They've done a really good job this year with that team.
Yeah.
Those guys come out and they wrestle tough. Sparks made the podium again. I can't remember. I think he got 3rd or 5th. I can't remember, but just a good all-around solid team this year, and they compete well. What did he get?
He got 5th. He won by injury default over Blaze. 3-1 McAnally leads at the end of 1. Hawkeye Nation, here's something to cheer about. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile. You're now on America's largest 5G network. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to bring a stronger network to every call, every post, every win. T-Mobile, better together. McAnally starts down. Welsh picks him up, puts him back down. Now he stands up, comes out front. Welsh drops down to a leg. McAnally toe to the mat. On the edge, gets forced out of bounds. They do give the escape, though. Funny, if that was from a neutral position, he would have called stalling. But instead, since he was in the bottom position, it got into a rear standing, and then they faced each other. Then it was not a stall, it was an escape.
100%. That's why these referees should just know the sport and take that type of stuff into consideration.
Well, I've said, with my limited knowledge, but it feels like there was a period of time where the refs felt like they didn't want to put the match into their hands, so they almost got afraid to call stalling in certain situations. So then coaches, athletes started grumbling a little bit, and that forced them to step in and basically over-legislate and now make some very black and white, hey, you have to make a call on this situation. Hey, you have to count to 5 and make a call on this situation, instead of understanding, hey, this guy, he's standing there, he's not doing anything to return him, that's a stall. Hey, this guy, he's working, trying to fight to do something, maybe in the exact same position, but he's doing something to better his position. That's not stalling. Soapbox put away.
No, I agree 100%. I'm listening. I couldn't agree more. I mean, they're doing. It's very unfortunate, and it is up to the referee's discretion. It doesn't have to be it's not a 5 count. Like, it's just up to the referee's discretion. But they should realize the difference between stalling and not stalling. I mean,
right.
Someone could literally be doing everything in the world to try and return someone, and it's like, well, just because of the 5 count, what used to be or whatever, they feel like they have to make a call there, and they don't. They just need to let it go. And if they see, they should just be able to tell the difference. But again, it's a judgment call.
McAnally looks like he will take a 4-1 lead into period number 3. Will be Welsh's choice. He'll go down. McAnally, only loss in the tournament last year was to Parker Keckeisen. Ended up in 3rd. Found his way into the finals, gives the escape. Welsh tries to surprise him with a shot right there. McAnally able to sprawl back. Minute 40 to go. 4-2 lead for McAnally from Minnesota. No implications team-wise here. Minnesota was behind Iowa State, but they only have 44.5 points. There was an attempt right there by Welsh. He changed levels, but didn't get anywhere with it. 1:10 on the clock. It's kind of like back to the stalling. You know, I said it with Levi Haynes. 30 seconds left. You're going to get a token stall call. Like, the refs just, hey, you're behind or you're ahead. I'm just going to have to call you for stalling. But where was that when the guy that was leading was putting that much effort in the first period?
Right.
You know?
Welsh
shot by
shot there on McAnally. McAnally did a good job, got his feedback. And when you look at this, when Welsh has to go, he's not really bringing it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much against McAnally. McAnally is just so good and solid in his positions.
30 seconds left. McAnally circling back towards the center. Looks like he slipped a little bit. There's a shot. Circles. Out of bounds. Head back to the center. 18 seconds left. Misdirection attempt by Welsh. McAnally circling back towards the center. There is that token stall call with 10 on the clock. Welsh trying to get McAnally slipping, and McAnally scrambled from his knee. Gets called again for a stall call, but he doesn't care. He is your national champion with a 4-3 victory. He about gave that up right there.
Yeah, that's why they got to fix those rules. It's bad. It's really, really bad. But Welsh, again, you can't wait till the very, 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 very end. Like, how many times he said, how bad would he like that first or second period back?
Can't recognize it. Sounds like a little old bluegrass song from McAnally. Well, let's take a timeout. We will come back to Cleveland with more. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Ben McCullum. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Welcome back to Cleveland, Ohio, Rocket Arena. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside. Finals of the 2026 NCAA Wrestling Championships. We got sidetracked by a couple of other things, but they gave the awards for 165 pounds. 8th place went to Patty Gallagher of Ohio State. 7th place went to his former teammate, Bryce Hepner of North Carolina. 6th place was Joey Blaze of Purdue. 5th place was Andrew Sparks of Minnesota. 4th place went to the number 4 seed, Nico Ruiz of Arizona. 3rd place goes to the number 12 seed, Cesar Alvan of Columbia. Your runner-up, Iowa's Mikey Caliendo. And Mitchell Messenbrink, your national champion at 165. 174 on the award stand right now. In 8th place, MJ Gaitan of Iowa State. In 7th place, Bo Montanona of Michigan. In 6th place, Danny Wask of Navy. In 5th place, Cam Steed of Missouri. 4th place goes to Carson Harchla of Ohio State. Iowa's Patrick Kennedy, your third-place finisher. Runner-up goes to the number 3 seed, Christopher Minto of Nebraska. And your national champion, Levi Haynes of Penn State. Let's take another quick timeout just to make sure that we're ahead of the game as we're winding things down for the season. Back right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Recognizing different milestones. They like to do this every year. Who's been here for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Thinking about it, Mark, this is my 20th year doing this. It's only my 18th NCAA championship, because we lost out on the 2020 championships because of COVID. And I missed out on 2016.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that
Jacqueline.
one. Yeah.
It's been 10 years. She just had her 10th birthday on Monday. And I tell you what, I was just telling you on the way over, I was talking to her yesterday between sessions, and as a parent, you see those different things, and whatever she was saying or talking about, I just had to say, Jacqueline, you sound like a 10-year-old. Like, you're not my little 9-year-old girl anymore. You sound like you're 10. And it's just one of those things that brings a tear to your eye to see him just keep growing up. You know that as you've got one that's gotten engaged, getting ready to get a wedding planned here in the next year or so. But
yeah, next June, we'll be marrying off the first one, Hannah. They grow up fast, and just do the best you can with them, and then kick them a butt on the way out the door and hope they do good, you know? So, yeah, but just try to do what you can with them, but it goes by fast. And I know you see a lot of emotions at this tournament, you know, from a lot of parents. And, you know, we saw the Patrick Kennedy clan. He talked about how he had like 18 people here. And, you know, his mom crying after he won that match against Harchla, and his girlfriend or fiance Kayla crying. And I mean, it's very emotional watching your sons and daughters now, you know, grow up and do something in the sport for so long, and then whether they win or lose, you support them so much. They know what they put into them, and then yeah, it can get very, very emotional, both good and bad, for sure. And you know, that's the thing that they do. They bring these kids as parents down now to the edge of the mat, and there's a winner and a loser. But every match they have, you know, 4 people from each family down on the floor and to watch. And it's really cool. You've talked about what you're going to go see, and Levi Haynes go around and see his family, or Messenbrink, or whoever, you know, go see his family. But then we don't talk about the one that has his family sitting there and they're just absolutely crushed because your son just got beat in the national finals.
Right.
And they got to go back and kind of like sulk in the back, and you know, the parents are really, you know, upset as well too. I mean, that's a tough thing about this sport, and you have to prepare yourself for both sides of it.
197 pounds getting underway here. Josh Barr of Penn State, runner-up last year to Iowa's Stephen Buchanan, taking on Cody Merrill, yet another freshman, redshirt freshman this time, for Oklahoma State. Merrill third in the Big 10s, or excuse me, the Big 12s this year. His loss coming to Novak of Wyoming. Real quick, just back to the family stuff. I know we never really talk about it, but we don't take for granted, Sam and everything she does with your girls, and as they've gotten older, it's been a lot easier. Jessica, everything she does with my family, again, with the girls starting to get older, a lot easier, but very supportive spouses for us, and we thank them very much for putting up with us being gone sometimes several weeks out of the year. So,
well, Jessica probably misses you. It's more like a vacation probably for Samantha. I don't think it bothers her a whole lot.
I think you and I are both so busy that it's just, I was looking at my schedule, and it's like, all right, wrestling's done. I can kind of relax. Oh, wait, I've got a meeting Monday. I've got a birthday part for Riley on Tuesday. I've got another meeting on Wednesday. I've got Lions Club Pancake Supper on Thursday. We've got Wrestling Banquet on Friday. It's like, just put something on the schedule every night this week. Might as well.
Yep, that's how it is. That's exactly how it is, especially when you got all those kids, and all those activities. And
throw in, I've got my fantasy baseball auction Sunday night, so when I get home tomorrow, I got to study to figure out.
That's a big deal.
How to throw $50 to the wind, because my buddy Kevin and I are never any good at it, but we have some fun with it, so that's all that matters.
I get home tomorrow morning. I was telling you, I get home tomorrow morning, spend the day doing laundry, and going to go outdoors and hopefully do some stuff outside, get some things done in the turkey woods, and maybe put some intel cameras out or whatever, tomorrow. And then I fly out Monday morning right away, 9 a.m. for Colorado Springs for Olympic Training Center. I'll be out there this entire week and don't come back until Saturday. So it's like I've been gone this whole week, go back for one day, repack, and then go to Olympic Training Center for a week. We're going to go out there in the women's freestyle camps that week. There's Josh Barr getting a takedown.
Nice double leg right there. Merrill tried to roll through, and Barr just rolled right with him and then replanted the hips for 3.
But I've been helping out, as a lot of people know, Macy Keelty, who's an awesome female wrestler. He graduated from the University of Iowa last year, and having a lot of fun with it. She's such an amazing person in general and just a great wrestler. But freestyle camp this week, and so I'm going to go out there and check that out and kind of just keep learning a little bit and be around a little bit more. And I'm having a lot of fun and there to help her and support her, and some other. Kylie Welk will be out there as well too, and Kennedy Blades, and haven't been out to the Olympic Training Center since I was training back in 2000. So it's been a long time. Hopefully, maybe one day I'll find some time to go climb a mountain, maybe too. So
yeah.
And then when I get back from there, it's on like Donkey Kong for turkey hunting season, getting the race car ready to go, getting her ready for the U.S. Open at the end of April in Vegas. Going to be lots going on, but a lot of fun stuff going on. And that turkey hunting I love it. Matter of fact, Tom was just talking to me this afternoon when we were up there getting our food out of the food room about turkey season and how that's next thing on the plate.
Does Macy have Terry kind of reined in for you when you go up there?
Terry, yeah. I forgot we showed you that. Yeah, I am. I'm going to Wisconsin with those guys, and her and Anders, her boyfriend Anders, we're going to go up there for a turkey hunt May, I think, 14th through the 18th or something like that. Can't remember the exact dates. And I'm really looking forward to that. And she sent me a video the other day of a tom turkey walking by outside of her house. It was so funny. And I said, well, you got to name it, because my daughter Hannah and I used to name the turkeys before she would go out and hunt them all the time, so we knew which one we were going after. And so it was like she sent that video back, and she said her and Anders, they named him Terry. And I said, oh, that's good. I'm glad you named him. So how'd you get Terry? And she goes, because Tom was already taken. Oh, shoot.
Well, great explosion into a switch right at the end of the first period by Cody Merrill of Oklahoma State. Gets an escape. And then he starts down, gets another escape to start the second period. So Barr of Penn State leading Merrill by a score of 3-2. You talk about family. Did you see Merrill's family down there? Somebody's got a giant panda head.
Yeah, I saw that when we were out at Oklahoma State, too, for the dual meet. I don't know what the significance is.
I don't know. I would assume maybe something like Kung Fu Panda or...
But it's good to see that they're having fun with that stuff, you know.
And it looks like Merrill has, you know, some either Asian or Polynesian type of heritage, and so probably celebrating that in a fun way. 50 seconds to go, second period. Forehead to forehead. Kind of interesting. You've got several of these matches that you've seen just some really good action. I mean, that 149 match in particular. And then you have others where it's just, hey, we're just going to hand fight and kind of push each other around. And, you know, Barr hit one really good shot in the first period, and then it's just kind of slowed down from there. All season long, when we talk with Hawkeye coach Tom Brands, it was brought to you by Hy-Vee. We thank them very much for that. Get grad party ready, Hawkeyes. Hy-Vee makes planning easy with convenient catering options, party trays, desserts, drinks, and all the essentials that you need to celebrate your graduate. No extra stops, no extra stress. Just shop online at Hy-Vee.com today.
Well, Merrill's going to have to find a way to take Barr down, and that's not going to be easy. Barr's pretty dang tough. Solid position, really strong, great scrambler. Just a really, really good 197-pounder. Big kid, too. Nice standing switch. See how explosive he is right there and strong?
Gets a locked hands call as well.
I mean, Merrill pretty much had to lock his hands there just to try and not give up the reversal, and it didn't even matter. He still broke through it.
So 2 for the reversal, 1 for the locked hands. Now Merrill gets an escape, so that makes it 6-3. So now he just needs a takedown to tie it and then try to get a ride out or get 2 takedowns. Again, just forehead to forehead. There's a stall call against Merrill as Barr drops in on another shot, gets him draped up over, switches off to the other leg, trying to turn in. Merrill reaching back, grabbing an ankle. Barr trying to pull that leg through. Continuing to circle. Merrill hanging on to that ankle. Probably going to go to a stalemate. And there it is. It's kind of funny, too, when the wrestlers both stop because they're like, okay, we're not getting anywhere. And the ref lets it go for another 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds.
Hey, one thing we should mention, too, we haven't even talked about, and I don't have the information right in front of us, but people can look it up and find it real easily, is up and coming in, thanks to Josh Scheinberger.
Oh, yes.
The Pan American Championships coming up May 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, I believe, in the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa. That's going to be an awesome, an amazing event to come watch in Extreme Arena right in Coralville, Iowa. For all the listeners, if you're local and you want to come and watch that, you don't have to get hotel rooms, or if you aren't local and you're listening, to come to town that weekend and you watch the all 3 divisions, Greco-Roman Pan Ams, women's freestyle Pan Ams, and American Senior Pan Ams will all be there and wrestling that weekend. Just going to be an amazing 3-4 days of wrestling in Coralville. So if you haven't got enough of your wrestling or you want a little break and go do something between now and then, that's fine. But then beginning of May, have the opportunity to come watch this right in Coralville. Josh Schamberger and the Iowa City Area Sports Commission have done a great job bringing this into the United States. This is a big, big deal.
May 7th through 10th.
7th through 10th.
At Extreme Arena.
Josh Barr does win that one by a score of 6-3. I'm sure Spencer Lee will be wrestling in that as well.
Yeah, they'll probably determine those teams
based off the U.S. Open results the last week of April, which is out in Las Vegas. But you're going to see all the best of the best from the United States. They're going to come bringing both barrels for that tournament. That's going to be a great tournament to watch at all levels. Even honestly, even Greco-Roman. If you've never seen Greco-Roman wrestling before, the United States has really kind of been struggling in Greco-Roman for quite a few years now, and they're trying to get it back. They just hired a new coach, but it's interesting to watch. And then women's freestyle wrestling is just, I tell you what, since I've been working with Macy and traveling and going over to Croatia with her and just kind of get involved in that women's wrestling at that level. It's some real wrestling. It's really good and fun to watch, and those girls really get after it and scrap. There's some amazing wrestlers. And then the men's senior freestyle level. Heck, there's guys at this tournament right now that we're watching tonight win national championships that will probably be wrestling there.
Yeah. You can go to the Extreme Arena website, search that up for the 2026 Pan American Games Wrestling. Get ticket information and plan to go take part in that. Great experience watching any sort of wrestling over at Extreme Arena. Josh and Luke and the rest of the Iowa City Sports Commission staff do a phenomenal job of getting everything set up and running there. So we're heading down to the home stretch, final 3 matches. We're going to take a timeout and be back with more from Rocket Arena in Cleveland right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
Despite the unshakable Iowa Corn-Cy-Hawk rivalry, there is one thing Iowa State and University of Iowa fans can both agree on: getting hyped for Unleaded 88. It's cleaner burning and better for your engine, and it's cheaper than other fuel options, making Unleaded 88 the clear fuel choice. If Iowa Corn-Cy-Hawk rivals can agree on it, you know it's worth the hype. So pump it up with Unleaded 88, grown by Iowa corn farmers.
Welcome back to Cleveland, Ohio. 184-pound place winners being announced. 8th place goes to Zach Ryder of Oklahoma State. 7th place goes to the number 6 seed Eddie Knightenbach of Wyoming. 6th place goes to Iowa's Angelo Ferrari. Medical forfeited after losing in the semifinals last night. Bo Montanona. No, Brock. I never remember which one's which. Montanona was the 5 seed. There, Brock Montanona is the 84-pounder. He is your 5th place winner. 4th place goes to Campos of American. 3rd place is Sinclair of Missouri. Your runner-up is Welsh of Penn State. And your national champion is Max McAnally of Minnesota. Well, Mark, we talk about, just the challenge, the difficulty of this tournament. Getting to this stage on a Saturday night is just so much hard work. How about this? Guys that lost in the very first round of this tournament had to wrestle back, win at least 4 matches on the backside just to get to the blood round, win 5 matches just to become an All-American. Van D of Nebraska did it, got to 7th. Carter Nogel of Air Force got to 5th. Gabe Arnold and Branson John, 7th and 8th place at 197.
Wow.
And Christian Carroll of Wyoming comes through and gets 8th place.
Wow.
You talk about an uphill climb. And, we talked about the challenges of trying to be able to compete, have 2 hard matches, and then go make weight. Those guys had to do it. 2 matches yesterday morning, 2 more matches last night. That is a long road to hoe. Congratulations to those guys.
It is. It says a lot about your character and who you are, too, and your physical conditioning, because that's a lot of wrestling and a lot of mindset as well, too. I mean, a lot of people get beat first round, they just cash it in, throw it all in, and like, you know what, I'm done, I'm out. And those guys wanted to keep competing for another 2 days after that. So that's really, really impressive. And to see him wrestle all the way back and make it on the ward stand, you talk about rewarding.
Yeah.
If you're any of those guys, that's really rewarding.
Well, and I wish I would have thought of it and seen if I could find a way to download it, but Gabe Arnold. They got him, I think it was IA Wrestle. Somebody got him when he was coming off of the mat last night from his blood round win when he became an All-American. And he could barely talk because he was just so choked up, just so excited that he became an All-American. Talked about the support of his family, the support of the Iowa program, the coaches, everybody. But just to see that. And then the other one that we actually had some raw audio, but it wasn't very good, so I didn't want to put it on air. I don't know if you saw it or not, but they were interviewing Ryder Block and talking about him coming in as the 15th seed, becoming an All-American, and he got really choked up because of where he was 2 years in a row dealing with knee injuries. And he's sitting here a year ago like, am I ever going to get to that point? Am I ever going to be able to wrestle? Am I going to give myself an opportunity? And then to throw in, his dad having a heart attack, and, there's just so many things that go into it. And to see him just get so emotional just makes you appreciate another level of what it means to get to this stage.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I hadn't seen that or heard about that, but that shows a difference of what 1 year can make and what it's like to overcome adversity. And he did throughout the season too, and he would get tired a lot, and through his matches, a lot of that's because of weight control. And the thing is, did you really see him get tired in this tournament? No. How did he get so tired in the Big Tens? How did he get so tired in some of those matches? Because of the weight cut, the way he did it. Obviously, he did it right here. He did it correctly here when it counted, and it made a difference in his performance. And that's like literally black and white right there. That just shows you how when you do things right, how you perform. When you don't do things right, how you perform.
Right. Well, we move to the heavyweights, top 2 seeds, Younger Bastida of Iowa State and Isaac Trumbull of North Carolina State, a couple of undefeated guys. Never wrestled before. Updated team standings. There's a nice little slide by into a Merkel spot by Trumbull, but Bastida with that good strength in the hips fights that off. Penn State up to 177.5. Oklahoma State second with 127. Nebraska in third with 100.5. They did lose that one team point from Taylor, I believe it was. Hawkeyes will finish in fourth with 92.5. Ohio State in fifth. They could, in theory, get 6 points if Davino were to get a fall. But they would not be able to catch the Hawkeyes there at 84.5. Stanford with Valencia's win jumps up to sixth at 67.5. Michigan 66, Iowa State 52, Minnesota 48.5. Right now, you and I talked a little bit. Virginia Tech 41.5, NC State 40.5, and not that it's be all end all huge thing, but if Trumbull were to get a win here,
crack the top 10,
put them into the top 10, which is big for a program. But then also the way that they do things with the National Duels Invitational, the top 10 teams automatically get an invitation to next year's event, which will be held in December. So it could be the difference between North Carolina State or Virginia Tech being able to go and take part in the event next year.
How far did Oklahoma State finish in front of Nebraska right now?
They are 26.5 points ahead.
Wow.
And they are 50.5 points behind Penn State.
And both those teams are going to bring by far the most points back.
Yeah. I don't think Okie State loses anybody, do they?
No, I don't believe so.
Or maybe Doucette. Can't remember if Doucette's a senior or not.
Penn State only loses Levi.
Yeah.
Which is going to be interesting because, realistically, they got Kasak coming back.
Yep.
They're probably going to be able to put Messenbrink up to 74 and slide Kasak in at 65 or 57 and bump Duke up to 65, that do something interesting there. It's going to be like, oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
They might not miss a single beat.
Yeah. And that's with only 8 All-Americans. We say only, but, they didn't get much out of 141 or heavyweight, and they got a little, but there's a nice shot by Bastida.
Bastida, yeah, but got extended there. Trumbull gets his legs back. Bastida has his hands locked now.
Trumbull trying to hip into him. Bastida drapes him up over.
Bastida did a great job getting his hips back up underneath, but just ran out of time there at the end of the period.
Bastida's closest match all tournament was to Iowa's Ben Keeter, 4-2. 2 tech falls and a major decision over Ferrari of Nebraska last night. Trumbull, a fall, a major, 4-0 over Doucette, and then 4-1 over Godali. Trumbull's choice, he'll start down to begin the second period. Quickly to his feet, out for the escape. So Trumbull takes the 1-0 lead. Main Street Suites been a hometown favorite in downtown West Branch for over 15 years, offering great burgers, tenderloins, cheese balls, and more, along with many awesome ice cream treats. Order online, call ahead, or stop in to visit. Main Street Suites, owned and operated by my wife Jessica and me, on the web at mainstreetsuiteswb.com. There's a nice sweep attempt by Bastida. Split in the middle. He's got Trumbull draped up over the back. Tries to dump him down. Trumbull in some trouble here, but has some good hips. And flattens him all the way out. Trying to get his arm in there, see if he can break the grip. Now looking to circle. Bastida hanging on tight around the back of each hip. Trumbull crushing him. Now Bastida gets up onto his knees. Trumbull into a front headlock. Shucks gets around behind, but Bastida throws the arm out and then throws Trumbull up off. And now sitting back into him, looking for a neutral danger. Trumbull trying to get on that arm, and Bastida comes across, gets both legs. And nope, still nothing yet. He didn't have control of it. And now Trumbull rolls over top and gets the 3.
Dang.
That was a scramble and a half from some heavyweights.
I don't know how he did not. They're going to throw the block in. They're going to challenge that. Chris Perry and Brent Metcalf down there screaming at Dresser and St. John to throw in the brick. And the thing is why wouldn't you throw the brick in? It's the last match of the tournament. You got it, and that looked like it could have been a takedown for sure.
Yeah.
Why on earth would you not throw that brick in?
The NC State coach is saying, hey, he waited too long to throw it, but the referees are still going to come take a look at it. Mark, we've kind of touched on it a little bit. You know, we talked about the roller coaster this year and, you know, looked great against Nebraska in the duel, didn't look good at all against Penn State, you know, showed some flashes, looked good against Okie State in November, didn't look good against them in February. Come down here, we finish in 4th, 7 All-Americans. We're losing a few key pieces, but what are we looking at moving ahead for this Hawkeye wrestling program? They upheld the call, so it is takedown Trumbull. He leads 4-0. What's this offseason going to look like for Coach Brands and trying to...
The biggest thing is April 1st when that portal opens. I mean, him and Ryan Morningstar are going to have to get together and figure out what the heck they're going to do with some of these weights if they want to compete next year. That's for sure. That's the number one thing. I mean, they're going to see what happens with the portal and who they're going to go get. And like Tom said in a interview here a while back, like they're going to have to really dig deep into these kids' past history and lives and figure out what the kids are really, truly about. And if they want to be here, if they're on board and they want to be part of that culture in the University of Iowa wrestling room or not. And then a lot of these guys, too, it's have surgeries, get healthy, heal up. You know, I mean, Ben Keeter has to get healed up. Angelo Ferrari has to get healed up. You know, Drake Ayala has to figure out what's his path is, if he's going to stay and train, if he's going to go into the workforce, go into coaching. Same thing with Patrick Kennedy. A lot of these guys are going to have to make some decisions. In Caliendo, does he want to compete? I think he's pretty healthy. Does he want to compete at the U.S. Open right away in April and throw his hat into the ring right away? Or does he want to maybe take this year off of that, just relax a little bit, and then kind of start working the freestyle in the room quite a bit and gearing up and training for that, and then hit it hard, you know, come next winter and spring. So those guys are going to have to figure some things out. And then there's a lot of guys on the team that are going to wrestle at the U20, U23 Worlds and U.S. Open and try and make the team there. And obviously U.S. Open and finally going to qualify for the World Team Trials and Final X. I mean, there's a lot of wrestling to be to be done and coming up. So even though it's off season, there is no such thing as off season.
Well, how important is, obviously it's a different style, freestyle versus folk style, but how important is it just to keep working that and, broadening your game a little bit with those different experiences?
Well, I think freestyle, as you and I were talking earlier this week, freestyle really benefits you from a folk style vantage point. And that's because it teaches you and it makes you stay in really good, super good position in all areas. You can't even give up. You can't roll around like this. You can't give up exposures. So therefore, it teaches you to learn to get in on shots deep and hips underneath you and head up and finishing through and not getting sloppy and lazy and rolling around like what folk style wrestling has become. So I think, the more freestyle you wrestle, obviously it's not really going to teach you anything how to get out from the bottom or, even your top position. But on your feet, it can really benefit you a lot wrestling freestyle and Greco-Roman for that matter.
30 seconds left. I wasn't paying close attention if Bastida chose down, but Trumbull just got that leg in and has been riding him like crazy. He's got 2:09 of riding time and a 4-0 lead, which is 29 seconds left. So it looks like the top seed Bastida in danger of dropping a match.
I haven't really seen this Trumbull wrestle a lot, but man, he's impressive. The way he beat Gadali last night in that scramble situation was really impressive as well, too. Is Trumbull, do you have any idea what year Trumbull is?
He's a senior.
Senior, too. So senior.
This is his fourth time qualifying. He finished 5th last year.
And that's something you have to look at, for Ben Keeter next year. Number 1, Trumbull or Bastida, number 1 and 2, both these guys are senior. Gadali from Michigan, senior, gone. So there's the top 3 guys at heavyweight are gone.
Trumbull is going to get the win by a score of 5-0. Cap his career as a national champion.
And fourth, did you see, was Doucette a senior or no?
I didn't find that yet.
Because he was 4th.
Yeah.
Heck, the top 4 guys might be gone. And that would literally, Keeter's 5th, so that would slide him, which that's not how the world works, but that would literally slide him into, the number 1 seed at the beginning of the year next year. Number 1 ranked heavyweight.
Let's step out for a timeout. We're down to the final 2 matches of this year's tournament. We'll be back with more from Cleveland right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists. Shop the sales and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Welcome back to the Rocket Arena, downtown Cleveland. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside, they recognize the 197 All-Americans. In 8th place, the 16th seed Branson John of Maryland. 7th place, Iowa's 27th seeded Gabe Arnold. In 6th place goes to Posada of Stanford. In 5th place, Camden McDaniel of Nebraska. 4th place goes to the 5 seed Novak of Wyoming. 3rd place is Stephen Little of Little Rock. Your runner-up, the number 7 seed Cody Merrill of Oklahoma State. And Josh Barr, your national champion at 197. .125 comes up next. Luke Lillidahl for Penn State, taking on the number 10 seed Mark Anthony McGowan of Princeton. These guys wrestled, I think when we were down at Stillwater, Penn State wrestled Princeton in a duel. Lillidahl stalled McGowan out.
I thought you were saying earlier.
And McGowan is now in the national finals.
What is he coming in? 10 seed?
10 seed. He's 19-6 on the year. Got a pin over Rivera of Wisconsin. Upset the 7 seed Stanford, or Provo of Stanford. And then tiebreakers, he beat Ventresca of Virginia Tech before getting the win over Moran of Indiana. Moran knocked out Bouzakis of Ohio State earlier. Lillidahl, a couple of close matches, 4-2 against Strickenberger, and then had to win in the tiebreakers against Dean Peterson before he beat Spratley of Oklahoma State. I think he had a late takedown to make it 8-3. Tell the juice has been flowing here in Cleveland.
It's been fun. It's been an entertaining tournament. It always is. I mean, it always is. These fans really get into it. They do a great job inside this building. It's one thing to sit at home. It's nice because you got the leisure of your own house and you know, all the amenities, you know, around your place, and you don't have to drive and pay the money to be here or anything. But when you're here and you're in this building, it's very, very entertaining, no matter where they put it at.
There's the Hawkeye Wrestling Club suite.
Yep, there's the Brands family. Playing a little We Will Rock You right now. But yeah, they make it very entertaining. They're showing all kinds of pictures, even along the concourse and outside, and get your picture taken in a lot of different ways. It's very, you know, they have the Fan Fest. It's very fan-friendly and things. It makes it fun and exciting, and people, they need to, because people spend a ton, I mean a ton of money to be here, and it pours into the city, whatever it's at this year, Cleveland. I've seen somewhere it's going to bring to the city of Cleveland, this tournament alone, like $19.2 million.
Wow.
But they should make it a spectacle and a fun atmosphere and environment for these people. With the amount of money they're spending on tickets now, the ticket prices to get into here are insane. And then you got your hotels, and that's not cheap in downtown Cleveland. And then the food, we all know how much the food prices have skyrocketed over the past few years. And then, you know, probably 95% of the people here like to drink alcohol. That's definitely not going to be cheap. So people spend a lot of money to be here, but it's such an amazing, fun environment once a year, an atmosphere around here and inside this building and things to do. And you got this elevated stage, you got this dark in here now, and it's all red, and there's spotlights flying all over. You got introduction songs, you know, coming out. You got the smoke, you got the red and green carpets. I mean, it's fun for these fans. And the fans get into every match, too. They're not here just for their own school, their own guy. I mean, this place is full. I mean, if you were a, say, a Northern Iowa Panther fan, you wouldn't be here right now if you were only to watch Northern Iowa guys, because they don't have any finals this year, you know. So not picking on you and I, there's just someone who came to mind,
right?
You know, but everybody still comes and they're part of it and they see it and they pick the people that they want to win, and a lot of probably side bet type stuff, and it just really makes it fun and entertaining. This match here is probably going to be like you mentioned earlier, probably going to be a blowout. McGowan, though,
that's what we thought at 149, though. I mean,
yeah, Valencia, he came to wrestle.
He did.
Oh my Lord! I could give him OW a tournament.
Lillidahl and McGowan. Lillidahl for Penn State. A couple of sophomores. I didn't watch that match or see any clips. I just saw that Lillidahl won by DQ. Makes me wonder if it was maybe a lot of edge wrestling. And you get some of those borderline calls that get called against him. Well, somebody took a finger to the eye, it looks like. Kurt Frost stops action momentarily. What was that? I didn't hear it.
Well, the fans behind us are yelling at the referee, or yelling at the team, one of the coaches, to throw the brick for the poke in the eye. Throw the brick.
Hey, you got it. You might as well take it with you, right? Not take it with you, just use it.
Yeah, might as well use it. That's why I was with Metcalf and Chris Perry down there from the sidelines, yelling at St. John and Dresser to throw it. I mean, I thought that was a questionable call, and you can't take it home with you.
What was Kirk Ferentz's line up at Minnesota a few years ago? Take the pig, leave the timeouts. Not a lot of action between these two guys, just hand fighting, feeling each other out. Minute 40 to go in this first period.
What year is this McGowan, do you know?
Sophomore. Both guys are sophomores. Well, we get to this time of year, Mark, kind of the wrap-up of everything, and I always mention it at the end of the broadcast, but huge thank you, our sponsors. I know Barb Reynolds puts some stuff on Facebook all the time, shouting out and spotlighting some of those sponsors. We've got so many great ones through the Hawkeye Radio Network. I know local affiliates have their own as well. But, you and I as business owners know that advertising is a crapshoot. It's hard to fully realize your return on investment from some of that. But anytime you do get somebody that comes in and says, hey, Mark, I really appreciated you being at Pee Wee State, or I really appreciated you sponsoring, whatever it may be, it sinks in with you to be like, hey, that's getting seen, it's making an impact. And that's why we always say, hey, go let these businesses that you hear on those commercials, it's not just filler time for us. It's these businesses trying to support their livelihood, making it possible for you and I to be here. So really appreciative for all of those sponsors, and really hope people can go support them and let them know that they're thankful as well.
Well, I've heard on more than one occasion, multiple occasions. First of all, like, so many people listen to the broadcast, whether it's local or nationwide. Heck, we just ran into David Taylor's dad on the way out yesterday, and I didn't recognize him at first, which I need to message him or something, because it didn't dawn on me until after we spoke with him. But he's like, yeah, hey, you guys do a great job. We tune in and we listen to you. I tune in and I listen to you guys once in a while. Like, crazy,
Who would think David Taylor's dad would listen to Iowa wrestling?
But just so many people that listen to it, and they're diehard listeners, and we really appreciate you guys out there. And I know we get a lot of text messages, and we don't mention you all the time. But it's nice to know that there are people on the other side, listening. But so many times I've heard or talk to different listeners that they come in and they say to the sponsors, like, hey, I go to certain shop just because they support Iowa wrestling on the radio, and that's so incredibly important when you're a small business local supporter, and it goes a long ways, and that's what it's all about. It's the radio, and that's kind of like the where we're at, and it's really good to see, and it's nice to know that there's still good things out there with all the technology we have and big corporate, everything comes to corporate and so forth, that a lot of the small business still get a lot of recognition, and they spend their money on us and on the air, these radio waves, and it's getting noticed, and people spend money in their areas because of it.
30 seconds gone by, second period. McGowan of Princeton with an escape, so he leads 1-0. Takes a shot, slides off the edge of the mat, head back to the center. Greatly appreciate all the fans, too. I mean, you get it a lot more than me. Sometimes I forget my phone's even here, but just sending us little tidbits, little updates, things that maybe we didn't research completely, so we don't fully know. And
yeah, but
we don't have time to go, but people
always going off, and people chiming into the wrestling and listening and watching. So many people turn down their TVs and listen, and you get into conversations there, and you cover for me all the time, so I appreciate it. Well, it's just like right now. I mean, Macy still texts me. She's like, I feel like this McGowan's going to pull an upset like Glory did. What was his name? Pat Glory?
Yeah, Pat Glory.
Yeah. I mean, little stuff like that. It's just fun to have that connection, those conversations out there, and everybody's involved and watching. And it's not just here. It's regular dual meets and so forth or whatever. So this is just a bigger stage.
I love working with you. I love talking with you, but it's great getting some other people's perspectives or other information. So,
got the whole Iowa team down there standing in the back waiting to receive their trophy. You see Tom and Terry down there and stand next to Peterson. This is his weight. And then next to Mikey Caliendo and Telford and Mariah and Doc Peterson, Donworth.
Final seconds tick away. McGowan's going to take a 1-0 lead into the third period.
Cody Woodward or massage or masseuse, chiropractors, everybody's down
there. Lillidahl starts down. Almost looked like a false start by somebody. Quickly up to his feet, out for the escape. Now McGowan did get called for stalling in that third and second period, so.
Well, this is the period he wants. This is what he wanted it to come down to, something just like this. Joe Dubuque, the coach there. Joe Dubuque, a national champion himself, maybe even two-timer, I think, for Indiana. Mike Meta coached him. He was at Indiana underneath Dwayne Goldman, former national champion for Iowa as well.
1:20 to go. Penn State fans clamoring, wanting a stall call. And there it is. So that'll make it 2-1 now in favor of Lillidahl. Half the crowd happy, half the crowd not happy at all.
The guy next to me not happy. Most people actually not happy. But actually, I think that's what they do is they say Lil, a doll or something.
Right, Luke.
It sounds like Luke. But it sounds like booze, but they're not. They're saying Luke.
But now Lillidahl's doing the exact same thing. 35 seconds left. McGowan trying to clear the fingers, takes a shot. Lillidahl circles back in. McGowan comes across over-under situation. Crowd really wanting to return stall call here. Lillidahl on the edge. Circling a couple of times, but McGowan's not going to be able to fight through it. Luke Lillidahl is going to win on a stall call. 2-1. That's exactly why they did some of those rules, though, Mark. Referees got worried to say that's a stall situation. So they forced them into black and white rules to say this is when you have to call it, this is when you don't call it. But Lillidahl is your national champion at 125.
But McGowan has to you don't worry about the other guy. You got to go. You can't let it come down to that. You can't let it come down to Kurt Frost making that call. You just can't. And the Princeton coaches are not happy with Kurt Frost there at all.
Let's step out, take a timeout. We will be back with the final match of the season when we return. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to wellmark.com/everymoment to find a plan right for you.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
March on over to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort March 26th for an unforgettable performance by country music star Tracy Lawrence. Get ready to hear iconic hits such as Paint Me a Birmingham and Time Marches On, as well as find out who your friends are in Texas Tornado. This is one country music experience you won't want to miss. Secure your tickets now for this must-see concert at riversidecasinoandresort.com or visit our gift shop. We'll see you there.
Such a good guy, looks like,
Back in Cleveland, one final match for this year. Heavyweights getting their All-American awards. 8th place going to Christian Carroll of Wyoming, former Iowa State guy. 7th place goes to David Zuba of Arizona State. 6th place to A.J. Ferrari of Nebraska. Iowa's Ben Keeter finishing in 5th. 4th place goes to Connor Doucette of Oklahoma State. 3rd to Tay Gadali of Michigan. Your runner-up is Younger Bastida of Iowa State. And your national champion, Isaac Trumbull of North Carolina State. And then let's peek at our 125-pounders. 8th place goes to Klinsky of Ryder. 7th place, Jory Volk of Minnesota. 6th place to Moran of Indiana. 5th place to Spratley of Oklahoma State. 4th place to Vincent Robinson of North Carolina State. 3rd place to Nico Provo of Stanford. Your runner-up, Mark Anthony McGowan of Princeton. And your national champion is Luke Lillidahl of Penn State. And that moves us to the final match of the year. The Super Freshman. It's been the freshman tournament. We had 3 or 4 of them already. And we've got the true freshman, number 1 seed, Jax Forrest of Oklahoma State. And the number 2 seed, redshirt freshman, Ben Davino of Ohio State. Just showing some of the highlights, and you just seeing.
Well, Forrest has scored first round fall, second round Tech fall, semis Tech fall, and then quarters Tech fall, and then semis major decision. And then Davino scored a Tech fall, and then in the quarters another Tech fall, in the semis a major, and then the quarters a major, and then in the semis it was a over Marcus Blaze from Penn State, the number 3 seeded guy. It was a 3-2 victory as a tiebreaker. Both these guys have been dominant throughout this tournament as freshmen. That is a loaded bracket.
Well, you look, Aaron Seidel, the 4 seed. Tech fall before he got majored, and then he majored Drake Ayala before he beat Blaze for 3rd place. So top 4 guys are freshmen. Kind of interesting, both AJ and Angelo Ferrari, when they received their All-American awards, received a chorus of boos from the crowd. And there's a part of me that says, you know, you have some of those personality quirks that AJ especially has. You know, sometimes you ask for it, but that's just a very small part. The bigger part of me says, appreciate what these guys have done. Appreciate their accomplishment, getting onto the award stand. You know, put all of that aside and just recognize the culmination of the season and what they've been able to do to this point. So here comes Davino out of the red corner. Your place winners at 133 pounds. 8th place went to Lucas Bird of Illinois. 7th place to Jacob Van D of Nebraska. 6th place to Tyler Knox of Stanford. Iowa's Drake Ayala, your 5th place winner. 4th place to Marcus Blaze of Penn State. Your runner-up, Aaron Seidel, or 3rd placer, excuse me, Aaron Seidel of Virginia Tech.
Rocky theme song. Here comes Davino. I know Davino's already out there, but they're playing that Rocky theme song now. Man, what a match this is going to be.
Contrasting body styles. Davino, short, stocky, real quick. Jax Forrest, long, lanky, and real quick. Coming across, 2-on-1 by Davino.
First time since 2010's 125-pound final. We've had 2 freshmen meet in an NCAA final.
Davino still that 2-on-1, head on the opposite side. Forrest hanging on to his left triceps. There, Davino tries to yank it free and just pops out of it. Forrest drops in for a shot, cuts off to the double.
Look at Davino scramble, though.
Hips, trying to keep square, throws that whizzer in.
Don't you dare call him for stalling. Thank you. If he called him for stalling there, I mean, you got to be kidding me. Wow.
Minute gone by, no score. I couldn't decide coming in if this was going to be another like 4-1, or if it's going to be a major or a tech fall, or if it's going to be like a 25-21, just crazy slugfest. Obviously, those are the 3 real options, but I haven't got a good read on how I think it'll go. It's interesting to see these 2 matched up. There's a nice pop of the elbows to a high crotch attempt by Davino, but Forrest slides out of the way. Davino tapping the head. Forrest reaching up, swatting his hand away. It's kind of interesting. Everybody thought Willie Saylor was crazy when he said this fall that Jax was going to enroll early. They're like, well, why would he do that to waste a year? Well, he's just going to enroll early and
win a national title.
Come in to try to win a national title.
Boy, I tell you what, this is the slowest I've seen Jax wrestle, though. I mean, not the slowest, but just like I've never seen anybody slow him down like this.
Yeah.
Now, he gets on top, that might be a different story. But right now on the feet, Davino fought that first takedown off. That was impressive.
Each guy half shots from a ways away.
And these guys have never wrestled before that I'm aware of.
No, they have not. At least not
in the college.
In college.
Oh, he had a shot right there. Davino should have taken that shot. He was faking, but should have taken it.
20 on the clock now, first period. Forrest having issues with his headgear. It keeps sliding down over his eyes a little bit. Tried a little slide-by attempt right there. Didn't hit it very hard, though. First period comes to an end, no score. Davino's choice. He's going to go down.
It's pretty gutsy. I love it. I mean, he's got to try and score somewhere.
Works up to his feet, tries to catch that leg, but couldn't get it. Does stand back up as Forrest has that leg thrown in. Jax works him back down. Davino gets that leg free, trying to build his base up. There's a stall call on Davino. Forrest was just looking at him, waiting for that too. Kind of reminded me of David Taylor. He used to just kind of crush the hips, not let you do anything, and be like, he's not doing anything.
That was a quick stall call, though.
Yeah. Nice
a really
switch,
quick
escape.
stall call. That was a really, really quick stall call. Usually if you're the referee there, hey, Bob, man, you got to work, and Bob, man, you got to improve. You talk a little bit, let them know that, hey, you got to do something. I'm going to call you. That was a bad call fast.
Slide by attempt by Forrest. Down block into a snap by Davino. .55 on the clock, second period. I think Davino's kind of like Mendez. There's a nice underhook throw by attempt, but I think he's respecting Forrest's defense, so he's not going to want to shoot unnecessarily to put himself into a bad spot. And there's Forrest with the shot. Go behind attempt here, but gets that left elbow trap, does Davino. Stalemate with 26 to go, second period.
See, I just always see that, and I'm like, man, you ain't scoring anywhere else. You got to be able to know to wrestle there.
Another shot.
Shot from ways away by Forrest. Davino better get going. He hasn't taken any shots yet that I'm aware of.
Yeah, he just took one. Tried throwing an underhook to the far knee. So Davino leads 1-0 as we go to the third.
Davino's being smart and not getting caught reaching. Really smart.
We're going on 3 hours, a little over 3 hours. Forrest to his feet, hand control, escape. Tied up at 1, another shot, reshot there by Forrest. Davino tries somersaulting through. Davino almost gets caught right there. Forrest comes around behind for the 3. That's what I just said. He was worried about taking the shot just to take a shot, and that's why right there.
That wasn't there's no setup there at all. That was a really bad shot on Davino's part. Now Forrest is really just going to try and put the clamps on here.
Davino builds his base. Forrest going cross body. About ready to get his riding time as well. Davino based out. Forrest just riding that right leg. There Davino tries to switch back into him. Now Forrest looking. Locking his hands like a far side cradle, but he's not over the head. 45 seconds remain. Quick hip tilt, can't get anywhere with it. Just hard because he's just basically sitting, pinching on that right leg and just stopping Davino from trying to do anything. And he's just got such length that he's making it hard for Davino to even try to scoot those hips to do anything.
Yeah.
And Davino gets the leg out into a sit out. Gets out
Nice
for
job.
the escape. 5 seconds left. Davino trying to come across, but Forrest will be able to kick away from him. 0.4 riding time. Jax Forrest will be your national champion.
True freshman. That's amazing.
5-2 final score. So that is going to wrap things up. Final team scores. I believe that's 131 for Okie State. Yeah, they haven't awarded the 4 yet. So Penn State will finish with 181.5. Oklahoma State 131, Nebraska 100.5. The Iowa Hawkeyes will get a trophy, 4th place with 92.5. Ohio State 5th at 84.5. Stanford, Michigan, Iowa State, Minnesota, and North Carolina State rounding out your top 10. And UNI, like we said earlier today, tied with North Carolina in 31st place with 9.5 points and 0 All-Americans. So, Mark, it was another great tournament, another exciting season, and glad that we were able to make it happen and looking forward to do it again next year.
Yeah, for sure. Should be another interesting year next year. And the Nationals next year, where? St. Louis?
St. Louis.
Oh, good. Steven, thank you so much for everything you do and all that you do behind the scenes as well, too, and covering on the air. And appreciate all the listeners out there, as we say it every year, and makes our job a lot more fun knowing that there's a lot of diehard fans out there tuning in and listening. And congratulations to the Iowa wrestling team on finishing up this year, which was a kind of a troubled year, and I know they caught a lot of flack and so forth or whatever, and they're not happy about it either. I mean, as much as disgruntled as the fans were, I don't think Tom was very pleased as well, and it was just as frustrating for him. But you know what? It's not where you start; it's where you finish, as they say, and they finished a lot better than where they started and along the way, and they still finished way back behind Penn State and Oklahoma State. So they know that there's a lot of work to be done for sure, and they are going to get back at it immediately. And they're not waiting until April 1st. They're going to be doing a lot of homework and stuff, I'm sure, before then. And like I said, there really is no off season. So looking forward to see what happens over the next month or so, and we'll go from there. And Stephen, we'll see you hopefully sometime here. I don't wait until next October.
Maybe I'll see if I can make a way up to Hawkeye Downs or something to catch a race.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. So I'm going to for sure make my way to Main Street Sweets and check out the new patio and get a burger and some fries, because I like that, and vanilla shake.
Vanilla shake. You and I, hey, we had some really good willpower. There was an ice cream shop right at the bottom of the stairs.
Not once.
Not once did we go there.
Right at the bottom, like a really, really good one. The line was really long a lot of times. Like, it must be really famous, and we stayed away from it the entire time. Not once.
It's willpower. I'm surprised I'm not going, shaking. I haven't had ice cream since, Monday. I'm just starting to get a little antsy, a little withdrawal action going on. Well, thank you, Mark, for everything, and you make it easy to work with you, because you make up for my shortcomings where the wrestling knowledge lacks, but it's awesome, and glad that we could do it. Like we said earlier, huge thank you to all of our sponsors. Go support them. I will say that. Till I'm blue in the face and then some. Just go support those guys and gals, all those businesses, and let them know you appreciate all of the coverage of Hawkeye Wrestling on the Hawkeye Radio Network. course, we thank everybody else for tuning in. Big thanks, Carson, tonight, everybody else back at the Learfield Studios, helping keep us on the airwaves all season long and following along, making sure that we sound as best as we can, coming back to you guys wherever you may be listening. So that's going to do it for this season. Hawks finish in 4th, 7 All-Americans, including 1 runner-up. And we look forward to how these next few months shake out and get ready for things to kick off again once competitions start in November of 2026. So until then, for Mark Ironside, this is Stephen Grace. You've been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling has been brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Also brought to you by University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. And by Oak Knoll, a not-for-profit life plan community, serving the Iowa City community for 59 years. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.